So
We
I
kind of gave up.
Yeah.
For like some of the first cases, like the diamond one, and
yeah, okay, so I think I'm live. But it was this case that we're doing here, but it was April 20th, 2022.
Jesus
So
Right.
almost
up on
4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
Now we're back.
And we're doing
Back again.
Since the Carlton House, all the cases are merged, or like not merged, but linked. Mark and I decided that like we should probably redo that one instead of moving on to the second one.
Right.
Probably smart. Good call. Good call. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're all set and everything's going.
I'm almost done. Sorry.
You're good.
Like DM. You know, as the DM, it would behoove me to be ready on time.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a stream live now? I have no idea.
Okay. Are you all potentially in D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I'm looking at
I
it.
am a D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you all seeing the regular London map?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you
Okay,
want me to
if I do
share
this-
my screen entirely?
I am
so you-
now seeing the
it
first.
changed. Yeah.
Right, okay, cool. So if we need to go
Red
back and
chamber
forth, we
playroom.
can.
Guys,
But
I
if
am
you
live.
need to
It's
look at a
my
different map, I
broadcast.
guess just bring it up in Dropbox.
Does it save whatever you drew on it?
Yeah, so like if we wanted to, or not necessarily wanted to, but if we just happened to,
Yeah.
okay,
It just
It's a
happened
sombrero.
to turn into that. I don't know what happened there.
No, it's a sombrero.
also
Off
Matt,
to a great
you were
start.
incredibly turned down for me for some reason.
He was for me too. I had to turn him up.
Okay,
At the club.
I mean, that sounds like a you problem. I can hear all of you just fine.
you're
I
all the
hear
way up
it.
on my end, so you are just super quiet.
Who's quiet, Matt?
Matt,
Apparently,
For me.
Oh, I might already have him turned up because he seems
Yeah.
fine to me.
I probably
No,
do.
I,
Okay,
had
here.
to, I had to turn Matt up too.
Let's
It's
see.
okay, Mark. I see you. I see you, King. I
Thank
see
you.
you.
He's in
I
shadows.
might turn Matt up more though, just so I can hear his sultry voice.
I did put some time working on my my microphone's maxed in Discord, but I did put time into my EQ on this thing.
I put you at 200% just out of love.
I can hear you, but there will probably be.
He can hear
He
you
will
as
definitely
well
be
as we
drowned
can
out.
see Joe right
Windows
By
sound
everybody else.
settings. Let's do that.
Eh,
because you're blurry right now.
I'm a little blurry right now.
You're very blurry.
Oh, I did have Matt really high actually.
Okay, here.
Why am I
let's-
blurry? As in like visual or like audio?
Visual.
Oh, probably because I'm doing
Is
this on
this
my
better?
iPhone and it's Dragon.
Speak, Matt.
Is this better?
Ish.
I don't know. I
not
raised it
really.
from a 56 input to a 75 in Windows.
It is louder, definitely.
It is louder.
It went louder.
but it-
You-
All right, so
I plugged you
100%.
to turn you slightly-
Jesus Christ.
Okay, you
yeah,
can stop
let's go
that.
back to 75
It was
to 80.
Does 80 work?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you.
Yeah.
You're still just a little bit quieter compared to everybody
83.
else, but
Just turn
That's
him up.
Turn him
it
up.
is all the way up.
Then turn everybody else down and turn
85.
your volume up.
I guess I could do that.
Hey, if I drag the map, does it drag it for you guys?
Wait, hold on. Can anybody else erase my accidental drawing?
Let me see here.
Accidental,
I'd rather
It
not.
actually was. I just kind of started doing shapes and it turned
Yes.
into that.
Yes, I
I
can.
just
I
like it how
started
it is.
doing shapes, he says.
There you go. I'm erasing
It's
it.
a very interesting shape.
I
mean,
started thinking about shapes and then just
It was
whoops.
kind of like jumpy on my screen when I was doing it, so.
I think Matt just wants to get demonetized. Like immediately.
Okay, perfect. Beautiful.
That's a weird looking charging cable. Can I grab it? Oh, I can move the entire thing, but I can't.
Hey, if you can fly all the way to where Alex at, yeah, you can grab it.
Well, I see the. Oh, it's his pan. Yeah.
All right, now I gotta turn Matt
Eric
down.
Aqua.
That's what you guys drew?
No, someone's token. There's an Eric Hawker token on the map.
You're the DM.
don't know
You
how that
control
got
that.
added. I didn't add it though. That's funny.
Oh, token browser. Okay, here we go.
He totally added it. Don't believe him.
I think that's the only one that's available. Oh no, yeah, I guess scroll down further.
There we go. Longo. I see Longo. Okay, can we not? So we can like start in a reasonable time, please.
What do you mean we did start? I already started streaming. This is all being recorded.
Oh, great.
This is quality content. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Dude, okay. I
Like
didn't
and
set up
subscribe.
anything. This is my default thumbnail. I like how somebody's actively deleting it while the other person's actively retrying.
It's Alec,
Yeah,
and he's being an
the
ass.
name of the broadcast is my broadcast. It should be my first stream or Hello World, honestly, at this point. No description.
Penis look like
The
this.
only thing I had to select was that it was not made for kids. Also, last time I streamed, I didn't have a cat. I have a cat. She's
That's-
back there.
That's maybe
That's
the most
awesome.
significant change.
Disagree. The most significant change is that I now have a dog.
The thing I want to.
I have a dog. No, you're married, Joe.
Oh yeah, that
It's
Whoever
so
is
is Mark.
All
actually
of us
drawing-
are married. I'm not.
we
but
stop?
Yeah. That's true. Mark's married.
I wish above VTT had like
Alec,
the DM could
Stop.
turn off drawing and like could just delete stuff.
They can.
Yeah, they probably
You can
can.
draw as much as you want. That blue dragon's not going anywhere.
yeah, the blue dragon can say that's fine. Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind. Longo's dead too.
you can do as much as you want. Dragon's not going anywhere. Blink.
Immediately goes somewhere.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. We're gonna light everything on fire.
I was gonna
There
say
we go.
fireball.
Oh no, I just found a campfire.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing a campfire song.
What a, lava-filled pit.
C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song.
Oh, I should probably close some of the stuff that's running on my computer.
Maybe.
Bum, bum.
Have you guys seen The Part?
No.
What?
I'll send the YouTube short or whatever on it. This guy basically made a part more and more intricate every day until a CNC shop like tapped out and said they won't make they'll make it. It took like 4.5 hours on their mills to actually make this thing. It's a glorified
that feels-
paperweight.
That sounds rude.
I mean, I looked at trying to 3D print it, and it was going to take mine 2 days. So yeah, fun times.
Yeah, sounds like it.
C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song.
I don't want to get demonetized.
C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song.
I don't think the people of SpongeBob really hit people with cease desist
I'm
orders.
joking.
Oh.
It'll help if you just sing along. Boom, boom, boom. Excellent.
Inspired. First floor basement.
Inspired.
Let me know when
Joe
you
Cat
all
starts
are
coming
ready.
after me
I
for
have
that.
the case in front of me.
Okay, you guys ready?
I'm ready. Oh, yeah.
Was that the intro noise?
I think that's our cue.
Is that how we're gonna start every Sherlock case? Okay.
I've thought about making it whenever I join a Discord server that song plays.
All right.
The good
Case
news is
one.
that one's not copywritten.
It better not be.
Indeed. Okay. Case 1. The demise of a teetotaler. September
Shit,
15th,
narrator sounds like Mark.
1888. I know, it's crazy, right? I beg you, Dr. Watson, you must persuade Mr. Holmes to help Donald. The young woman lets her head fall into her gloved hands and bursts into tears. Watson puts his arm around her shoulders, trying to comfort her while looking at Holmes, his eyes imploring him to help. Holmes stands by the fireplace and does not even try to hide his annoyance. He does not seem inclined to help Watson in comforting their sobbing guest. Ah, do not despair, Watson. Here comes help, says Holmes, approaching us while we are standing on the threshold. Come in, Wiggins. Please, all be seated. As you can see, Watson needs help. Watson leaves his protege to her tears and joins us. Holmes puts his coat and felt hat on, and, looking determined, quickly goes for the door. Holmes, you can't leave now. Not only can I, but I have to. I have an important appointment that cannot wait. But Holmes, this is about a woman in despair. Come on, Watson. I have always considered you as a fair sex expert. I am certain that our friends here will be able to help you in solving this matter. It should be quite interesting. Good day. Holmes punctuates this last sentence by slamming the door. Watson sighs and turns his gaze towards the young lady who is the cause of his perplexity. Mrs. Sipton, do you feel strong enough to talk to my friends? They could be of help. Mrs. Sipton? The notorious Mrs. Sipton. Yes, says Watson. She is a gorgeous woman in her mid-20s at most. Her beautiful face, naturally luminous, is framed by long brown hair. Her endless delicate fingers still hold a lace handkerchief, the depository of her tears. She seems to slowly calm down while Watson tells us the details of the case. Well, let me explain. Around 9:30 last night, Sir Alfred Sipton, the tea magnate, was stabbed to death in the study room of his mansion. Most of the family members and staff stated that they were either out or already in the rooms at the time of the murder. They could not provide any further information on this despicable act. Cecilia, Mrs. Sipton, states that she was at the Opera House when the murder occurred. For some reason, 2 men from Scotland Yard were on the premises when Sir Sipton was killed.
Okay. I know you're going through all this, but like, can you give me a second to write down where some of these alibis are? Cecilia,
Also, Matt,
Mrs. Timpton
you might
was
wanna-
at the what?
You might want to.
She was at the Opera House.
Yeah, no, I am. I only unmuted just so I could ask
Okay,
this or whatever. So Cecilia, Mrs. Tipton was at the Opera House.
Sipton.
Sipton. Sipton.
As
She
in
was at-
T. Sipton.
Yes. She was at the Opera House.
Mhm.
Allegedly. According to her.
Mhm.
Supposedly.
Indubitably.
Indeed. And then there were
Continue, Mrs. Sipton, please.
from Scotland Yard on the premises when Sir Sipton was killed. And
By
that's what-
stabbing.
Right, Matt, am I good to continue?
Yes, thank you.
For some reason, 2 men from Scotland Yard were on the premises when Sir Sipton was killed. They were the ones to hear him cry out for help. After they forced the study door, they found a man, Donald Stillwater, bending over the body of Sir Alfred, holding the knife that was planted in Sir Alfred's heart. The police have charged Stillwater with the murder of Sir Alfred and detained him at Old Bailey's. Mrs. Sipton raises her head towards us. Last night I lost my beloved husband, and my best friend is accused of murder. I cannot believe that Donald has anything to do with Alfred's murder. Not for a moment. We have been friends since childhood. Did your husband and Donald know each other? Yes. Donald and I met Alfred together 6 years ago. At that time, we were both working at the Salvation Army. Alfred, who was very giving to the poor, made donations for the opening of new penny sit-ups. Donald and I were helping him to see this project through, and Donald is currently in charge of one of these homeless shelters as well as a soup kitchen. He will soon become commander. Oh, can't you see that he is not the kind of man who would commit murder? I assume that Donald denies being the murderer. But of course, What led the police to believe that Donald may have wanted to murder your husband? My husband was much older than I, old enough to be my father. He was, in his own way, a fine man. He was always kind to me and my family. He was a lonely man who needed someone to help him with his charitable works. In the beginning, right after we married, Alfred was very kind to Donald. Then, for some reason, he became jealous of him. Donald is like a brother to me. We grew up together under the same roof. His mother died when we were children, and my mother took him in and raised him as a son. Alfred never accepted my feelings for Donald. He forbade me to see him under any circumstances. I dedicated my life to charity works and my wife's duties. 3 years ago or so, Alfred's health began deteriorating. He was suffering from a heart disease that was gradually worsening. Dr. Agger, Alfred's physician, told him to lead a quiet life if he wanted to increase his life expectancy. Alfred gave up his daily affairs and spent all his time at home. I spent mine taking care of him. So there was so there was hostility between your husband and Donald. No, that's why none of this makes sense. 8 months ago, Alfred apologized to me for the way he treated us, Donald and I. He invited Donald at home and apologized to him as well. Donald even helped him on a project, a new shelter in the East End. They were progressively becoming friends. Do you know who may have wanted to kill your husband? No, but I am positive that Donald didn't do it. Can you please help me? We'll try, respond Watson and Wiggins together. No sooner has Mrs. Sipton left than Mrs. Hudson comes in, giving us a note brought by courier. Holmes, we need your analysis on the... It's a handwritten note and I can't read this crap. We need your analysis on the PIGGOT Piggott matter. Please send us your findings as soon as possible. Gregson. Even Holmes can't solve several cases concurrently. The Yard's requests couldn't have come at a worse time, cries out Watson. Okay,
That's it?
that is it.
Okay.
Also,
Before
if there's
we
anything that needs repeating, please ask.
will do. Before we continue, can I suggest that we have, because I know that we all have a bunch of ideas and we all kind of want to shout them out. Is it possible that we can kind of go around in a circle, but in kind of like a forum, and each have a moment to articulate our thoughts about the subject matter, and then we can kind of do multiple rounds of that and have people bounce off, so that way we're not all trying to speak at the same time.
Yeah,
I
that sounds
agree.
good to me.
We should throw that ass in a circle.
Throw
Absolutely.
that ass in a circle.
Thanks, Joe.
No problem.
Can I kick him out? I can't. I can kick out. For doing that.
No, but I threw it out. You can't kick me out just because I
He's
threw
trying
it
to
out.
get your video
I
demonetized,
can
dude.
put you on timeout.
No, don't do that. But in all seriousness, who would like to open up the conversation with ideas?
I
Okay,
can lead.
So I would say, what are all the first? Let's set up who all the named people are, and
Perfect.
then like define their relationships.
So you have Sipton, because T,
Alfred Sipton is the
Alfred Sipton.
victim.
because
Sir
he's
Alfred.
because he's a tea mogul,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then his wife, obviously.
Cecilia. Mark, how's Cecilia spelled in this one? Just to be.
Cecilia.
And she's a 20-something brunette, and she's hot as hell.
Yeah,
apparently.
and he's old as shit
With health
Boomer.
issues.
with health issues. So a
heart
chance,
condition for 3
a
years.
chance she set all this up. Also a chance that they're working together, and that he did murder his good friend and brother to Cecilia.
Yeah, it was Donald was the one that was found with him.
Yes.
Correct.
My immediate jump to idea was that since Arthur already knows that he's dying and suspects that his wife and Donald will shack up after his death, then he stabbed himself, basically committing suicide. And when Donald removed the dagger, that's when the cops found him.
So it's a
And
setup.
That's
So it's a
possible.
Knives Out
Although they
situation.
said they reconciled in the last 8 months, Donald and Alfred, and were becoming
Sure.
friends. But maybe that was just to cover up his plan.
So
and
old
the fact that
enemies-
Scotland Yard was already on the scene.
That is real sus. They heard the cries for help.
Okay. However, it could have been that she was trying to have him murdered anyway, and someone else did it, and then he just happened to be there, but she had called the police to make sure they were there.
Yeah, it could be Donald was trying to help him, and she didn't mean to like frame him, but he
so
basically got framed.
Donald grew up with Cecilia, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So they're lifelong friends, but Alfred the victim did not like their relationship.
No, but he did like Donald.
He
In the last 8 months, supposedly.
What was the thing
Yeah,
about
supposedly.
their philanthropy, their charity work? Like was she the
Salvation
philanthropic
Army.
one? Or
No,
was-
she was the philanthropic one. She was a volunteer at the Salvation Army along with Donald, and that's how Sir Arnold met both of them.
No,
Because
Matt,
he was-
exactly what
he
you
was
said.
involved in-
Well, I just want to point out that she doesn't come from money.
Right.
No, she
Alfred
comes
was
for
making
money.
donations to the Salvation Army, and that's how he met the two of them.
And he was having Donald, as Cameron pointed out in the last 8 months, run a soup kitchen, or he was setting him up to run one of his charitable investments.
Yeah, they were working together on something. I don't think I wrote
Yeah.
that down.
I'm gonna say she was a
Okay.
volunteer. Victim was charitable sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
And they were married.
Yeah,
And they were married.
I have her as
And they
the
were
victim's widow.
roommates.
And they were roommates.
Just making sure we cover all the bases.
In my opinion, I think that I would like to talk to, in regards to people I'd like to talk to, I would certainly like to talk to the doctor to find out how advanced this guy's heart condition was, especially if it's 3 years. I want to talk to the charity, see if anyone there, either, I don't know if the charity's going to be broken up into multiple locations or just one, but I'd certainly want to talk to someone there who knew them better and their interactions better.
Yeah, presumably there is one location where Donald and Cecilia worked.
Mhm.
So that would be the one to visit, I think.
I also want to see the crime scene.
That too.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it
No,
possible?
that's
We can
never a
also
good
go to
one.
the coroner, right?
Could do the corner. I really want to go because I want to. Yeah.
I'm curious because it
Well-
says that they had to force the door open.
That's what I'm saying. I want to know how the person got in
So
there.
he was already in there. So it could have been that maybe they got into an argument over Cecilia, even though they've been reconciling. You know, things happen. They got into an argument, and you know, it could have been an accident. He could have did it to himself to frame Donald and stuff like that. But like, why was the door locked to begin with?
Yeah. I'd also like to know why Scotland Yard was already on the scene. Like, who called them there?
Okay, so of the three places, then I think are maybe a priority. It's crime scene, workplace, and Scotland Yard.
How
Which do we
convenient
think
that
is the big
Cecilia just was at the opera house.
Yeah.
Well-
What's the three that? Of those three, what do we think is going to give us the most
Oh,
jump off information?
Number one place is always scene of the crime or coroner's office.
There's a part of me that wants to talk to the coroner rather than see the scene, because if we talk to the coroner and the coroner says, oh, the stabbing was from a certain angle that would be difficult for someone to stab, or if he says the way that the angle was, it was a left-handed person that stabbed him or a right-handed person, and we talk to find out that Donald is somehow of the opposite handedness. So for example, if Arnold did stab himself and stabbed
Donald.
himself in no, Arnold, right?
Oh, the deceased?
Yeah, Arnold's the victim. Yeah.
Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred,
Alfred,
sorry, my
sorry.
bad. If Sir Alfred did stab himself in a certain way to try and implicate Donald, but Donald is of the opposite handedness. So like for example, if Alfred stabbed himself in the heart this way and Donald turns out to be left-handed, then a cross stab like that doesn't make any sense. But I could
That's
also be
making
reading
it
way too hard
pointless
into
now.
it.
Pointless for me to have have this map open. Like, thanks, Matt.
I think the reason,
I have a big
at least for
monitor.
me, the reason I continue to call him Arnold is because I keep thinking of Arnold Palmer. Associating that with me.
I'm-
I'm
Hey,
picking up your
Arnold.
brain waves.
I don't know how much you guys ever rewatch the old stuff, but Mark, how often do we ever leave the guys have their own name before we just give them nicknames and just going with that? Because I feel like we always give these guys nicknames and never actually use their real names.
Who's these guys?
Suspects, victims, names in the book that you like to
NPCs.
read.
These guys,
Your
you know,
NPCs when
new
you used
people.
to DM for us like 3 years ago.
I mean, you guys are just typical players. You never
Exactly.
refer
So
to
his name's
Wow,
no
you
longer
call us
same name.
normal?
Hey,
Mhm.
honestly, Arnold's a better name for a tea magnet or magnate or whatever for
Yeah.
doing like Arnold Palmer. So like
Mm-hmm.
his
It's a little on
You're
the
not-
nose, but yes.
Well, his name is Sipton.
Then it's,
Because it's on the nose as a kid.
it's like Lipton, but even more on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me there. All right.
I'm not opposed
Sorry,
to
you
going
go
to
ahead.
Corner, but
so I think that's option
Hold on,
one
hold on,
or
hold on.
two. What else do we have to go
Alec,
to?
Here,
Alec, what were you saying?
let Alec talk. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to going to the corner. I do think we have to go to the crime scene either way, unless he gives us the corner how they got
Yeah.
in. And we might also get at the crime scene no left or right-handed thing.
Mhm.
So remember, 'cause we're gonna have probably like 5 places. Probably able to go to 5 places.
This is the first one. It might
You
only
will
be
do
like
better.
4 or 3.
Well, you know, the scene of the crime tells. So we're hoping to get like why they. Okay, Mark wrote SOC on the, or somebody did, in the study room. I see on the first floor, but why they need to break in or something like that. That the fact they needed to. Maybe we run into somebody that's still there, like Scotland Yard or something. But the coroner
Yeah.
would tell us how he died and potentially like. Was the knife actually the cause of death, or did he just die from an overdose on pills and the knife was just happened to be there?
That's actually fair enough. If we don't go there first, there might not be people still there.
Mark, does this game usually have like a time-based thing? No. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you can make one yourself. I think it is technically in the like if you would like to do that.
Mark, your
Did you move the microphone away
Your-
from your mouth?
sound is dying again.
My apologies. Is that better?
No.
No.
No,
No.
No.
Oh,
not really.
kinda.
Do you have like a loose cord or something, or are you doing wireless?
Is this better?
Yeah.
There we
go.
Adjust,
Much
adjust the
better.
cable,
That's the
dude.
one.
Adjust the cable a little bit.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Way better.
All right, guys. For Christmas, we're all just
Louder,
gonna
be
like
quiet.
put stuff together, and we're all gonna get each other expensive gifts. So like, Mark's gonna get a new pair of wireless headphones for Christmas.
That's what Joe got.
I have 2 pairs.
Alec
of
is
wireless
actually gonna get the
headphones.
bike this
It's
time.
fine.
Although Joe's giving us
Um,
feedback.
Okay. May I present
Yes.
my?
Yes.
You may.
I do agree. I think talking to Meeks is a good idea,
The corner.
and that way he can.
Mhm.
That's yes, corner. You know, getting the whole handedness thing or just anything else that we might glean from the body. I don't hate also going to Bailey, which is where
We're losing him again.
Donald actively
Wiggle it, Mark.
Ah, damn, dude.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay, what about now?
there you
Are we
go.
good?
Yep.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
So Donald is actively being held at the Old Bailey, so I don't think that's a terrible idea.
The suspect is at Old Bailey.
Right. So I do think going there is a good first thing, or the coroner.
We touched it, and then
obviously
Dude.
the crime.
quit
I
touching
just think
things.
it's so delicate.
I'm not touching it.
You touched your
You,
earphone.
you went like this, and then it just.
Mark, you say you have two
It's
pairs of
bullshit.
wireless headphones, and yet you're not using them.
One of them, the dongle.
Wireless does not count if it's only for your PlayStation.
And I have one. I don't know where the dongle is.
Look, hey guys, watch. Look, my voice still works.
Hey, look, I actually have
My
two. My headphones that I got have two. In fact, you know what I have over here? Second pair of headphones.
Mine's got a thing on it.
Would it be better if I just used my laptop?
This guy
Probably it'd be a consistent microphone.
might be.
Like if you can make the microphone be your laptop, but the headphones still be your speakers, I think it'd be fine.
Okay. I will have to figure out how to do that.
Okay, so while he's working with that, I could usually, Mark, what you're gonna do is user settings, the little gear icon in Discord, and go to voice and video and change it in there, change the input to something else. But while he's dealing with that, so does somebody want to bring up the list of our informants or whatever that we could go to and kind of review that to see like where else we should potentially go? Because I don't think going to the bed chamber on the opposite corner of the first floor is where we should go, and I don't remember the map of like where all we can. Like maybe
I
we should go to the
know-
opera house. Confirm she was really
I don't-
there.
Informants we have. Let me. Oh, why is it doing it like that?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
If
Yep.
we,
Yes.
Yeah. If we
We
go to
have-
the opera house, are they going to confirm that she was there though?
No, that was
Like,
a
is she
bad.
big enough
I was
celebrity?
just making up stuff for time.
Oh,
We
I've
have
like a legitimate consideration.
the medical examiner, the criminologist, the police, the archivist of the National Archives, the records of births, deaths, marriages, and wills, a lawyer at Old Bailey Court. We have the pub, Porky. We have Fred Porlock, who's a member of the Criminal Underground. We have Henry Ellis, who's the reporter for the London Times. We have Quentin Hogg, who's a reporter for the Police Gazette. We have Mycroft. We have Mr. Pike, the social columnist. Central Carriage Depot, which is London cab drivers. The library. And we have Sherlock.
You said there's one for like wills.
Yes, we have the marriage license and wills. Ooh, we could see if she was filing for divorce.
I was thinking
Yeah.
something about that
Yeah.
because we've never used that one before. I don't think.
Not a bad idea.
No.
If it's a potential spousal.
What's the name of that one?
then
That one is Somerset House, 17 WC.
I do think that's probably shouldn't be our first stop, but I think it's definitely worth considering.
So we currently
I
have
agree.
3
It's
places.
17 WC.
2 of them are kind of, or we have 4, but 2 of them are kind of like this or that. The scene of the crime in the corner. Not that we can only go to one, but do you think the suspect at Old Bailey's is the number 1 place we should go to just to get his side of the story, to talk to Donald?
I don't think it's number 1. I think we should get some physical evidence first to see if he's lying about anything.
Yeah, that's true. If we go to the scene of the crime, we might be able to corroborate his story or poke holes in it.
Well, I was saying
Yeah.
we either go to the scene of the crime or the coroner, but if we don't know which one we go to, then we talk to the suspect and see which side of his story you want to poke holes at.
Right. Well, I would just say we should do one of those first, and then go to talk to the suspect. That way, we know if he's bullshitting or not.
Yeah.
Should I? Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
just choosing to
Is
ignore
it
you.
better than before?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Do you want me to read any of the articles from the newspaper?
Oh yeah, we have the newspaper.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Did you give us the newspaper? Oh yeah, it's in the Dropbox.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
in
actually.
newspaper 2 Electric Boogaloo. And the newspaper for this one is only one-sided, so that's super nice.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Okay, let's see. Newspapers 2, Electric Boogaloo.
So I can read his obituary. There is also something about announcements as far as Sipton Tea is concerned. And then there is mention of the Stephen Peugeot or Piggott, I don't know, the thing that
That's the
Holmes
Sherlock
is looking
case?
after, which if that's his case, I don't think we need to focus on that.
I mean,
No,
they've had
it's just a
some
funny little
crossover
tie-in.
before on previous ones, but this is also the new one of the new, or the first one of the new expansion, so they're probably not going to do too much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If I had to
navigating on
bet,
that one.
Them introducing the whole Peugeot angle is probably like, hey, if you guys get distracted, here's this other case you can work on, and here's some bonus points. Have fun.
I'm sure there's going to be a question about it at least.
Or it could come up that,
Oh.
Sherlock solves this one, but 3 cases later, it's going to be coming up
Right.
again because they like to do that.
Mhm.
Okay. Got this pulled
Okay.
up.
So do you want me to read the obituary?
Yes. Read the obituary, please.
Obituary. Sir Alfred Sipton, the renowned tea magnate, died yesterday evening at his house at Belgrave Place.
Wait, Mark,
Although,
can I read it?
sure.
Yay!
You have to do it with a British accent, though.
Sir Alfred Sipton, the renowned tea magnate, died yesterday evening at his house at Belgrave Place. Although he had been, lately, critically ill, Sir Alfred's death is felt as shocking, as obviously it was not due to natural causes. The deceased leaves behind a spouse, Cecilia, born Harbuck, a brother, Lester Sipton, of Aysgarth, and a sister, Mrs. Agnes Thompson, of London. The story of this man's extraordinary rise from modest origin is well known, just as everyone knows how much he is praised by all the poor he helped through his charities, and more specifically, through the Salvation Army. As a child, Sipton was, he used to say, at least, rich of having parents at home who always provided him with guidance for the best. However, perhaps even more importantly, it is as a teenager that he learnt that generally those who are bright and strong are the ones who win the race. His father, initially an Irish sharecropper, came to settle in Glasgow, where he worked in a warehouse, then in a paper mill, while his son was still a child. At the age of 9, Sipton started working in a paper shop. He earned 25 pence a week. Then he held down various jobs before leaving for the Americas at the age of 15. There he learned of other crafts before returning to Glasgow at the age of 21. It is then and there that with £100 he established his first grocery, and it is then and there that his empire was born. He was a hard-working man, and he often worked from 8:30 a.m. till 11 p.m. From this grocery, Sipton created a store chain throughout Scotland and England, stores supplied by his own slaughterhouse, his own tea plantations, his own canning factories, and his own coffee roasting factory. Sir Alfred Arnold, who was made knight in 1878, was a great friend of the poor, more particularly in London, where, thanks to his generosity, soup kitchens and refuges for the were created in the areas for the most underprivileged. He also generously donated to several hospitals. It is tomorrow that the body of Sir Alfred Sipton will be taken to his last home at the Kensal Green Cemetery.
All right.
Ooh,
Pause
mechanical engineers. Hold on, I gotta read this.
really quickly. Did anybody clock that Alfred Sipton Arnold had a brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is his name
So
Arnold?
now I kind of want to go to the records place now because I want to know who's supposed to inherit this giant tea empire.
Oh, his name's Lester.
Lester.
Yeah.
Because is it the wife?
Well, he has a brother and a sister. He has his brother Lester Sipton and a sister, Mrs. Agnes
Yeah,
Thompson.
but it would go to the brother, not the sister.
Well, it could be
Right.
split, but yeah.
Well, then that's another thing to find out. Is it actually the brother and the sister in cahoots to murder their older brother, so that they can get the thing?
It should go to his wife, though.
I mean,
Should it?
depends on his will.
Yeah.
You say
What
we
if
should
the
talk
will?
to the wife?
That's not a bad idea. Or to the people of the records. What if actually Arnold was going to give it to Donald?
You think the 8 months changed it that much that he was going to give his entire thing to
Could
this
be
guy
his
he
whole
hated
business.
less than a year ago? He hated this man, or at least didn't like him. And so
That
now-
may have been what it was that fixed it. That he was like, "Hey, I can make sure your business continues on after you're gone."
And
We
think
won't
White
know
didn't make
until
that?
we start asking questions. But this has definitely given us a new angle of approach in regards to what kind of, not that we ask the questions, but where we're kind of hoping the narrative goes, or not hoping, but where we can figure out where the narrative goes based off of what people telling us. Ultimately, having more information and having more players with more motive is essential for us being able to find out what happened.
I'm reading some of the other stuff real fast. Like I read the Peugeot one in the middle about the old man found dead, killed by gunshot.
Moriarty.
Doesn't
So when you say his wife, you mean the victim's wife, correct?
Cecilia.
I don't think talking to her is necessary.
Since we just talked to
we
her.
just talked to her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who gave us the case. I don't think talking to her is going to do us any good.
Excuse me, ma'am.
No,
Could you
she
just reiterate
planned
everything?
this
you said?
murder so perfectly that even the great Sherlock Holmes can't solve it. She has to prove that.
No,
Yeah.
he already solved it. Fucking the second she walked in through the door. Now it's our dumbling bum
see,
asses trying to figure it out.
The way you walk just tells me that you are like light as a feather, even though you are giving off the air of somebody who lost somebody recently, because you planned this, and even though it hurts, you are now set up for it. I took your pulse by looking at how your eyes were like changing their focus.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. We get it. So, with this information, do we still want to go to the coroner or the scene of the crime first?
I was thinking the department of the marriages, wills, all that stuff, because that's all in one place, and that could tell us, were they filing for divorce? Did he change his will recently? Did any of that stuff? Or the coroner?
Yeah, I'm not mad at going to the will place and records first, because then also that gives us a chance to check facts if we talk to the wife. And maybe we see something at the crime scene.
Because it doesn't matter if we go to them first or not. It's like we'll have to compare notes either way, since they're going to say the same thing, basically.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we can't really like call out like Donald. Like we know that's a lie.
Yeah.
Mark puts on
Objection!
Side note, Mr. Pigott was murdered with gunshot wound to the head.
from the
true.
neck, but also they couldn't find the gun.
They couldn't. Yeah. And his wife was also killed.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea if these things are related, but the murder in the East End occurred in the Whitechapel district, and then also the shoplifting guy was robbing from a bunch of shops in the Whitechapel district. Could just be
Remember his
completely
name?
unrelated, but
Is there a name?
that might be a. I don't think it has to do with anything with the main case, but that might be
Guys, they discovered a new planet.
Byron Anderson.
Mhm. Okay.
The definition
Yeah,
of
definitely
ooh,
something
squirrel, look,
no-
a new planet.
So or I guess, what is the consensus on first location? It seems like halls and records.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it
Or
seems
call-
like, yeah.
Okay. What is the location on that?
Crime is almost never wrong, but it actually feels kind of wrong in this instance.
I mean, there's only one person
Right.
in there that lived, and he's the suspect. It was whatever Scotland Yard says.
Right. I just don't
And cops
know.
are always liars, so we should double check.
All right.
I just
And
don't
then
know
what
we need
is
to get the scene of the crime.
what is the location for the records and legal affairs?
Pop
Let's
this
see.
go away. Oops, not the directory. It is 17 WC. Records of births, deaths, marriages, and wills.
Okay,
Free
17
access.
WC.
She has like my British accent.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
It popped in and out a couple of times, but
You know what? Fuck you.
I enjoyed
by and large,
it.
it was pretty decent. It's kind of like when I listen to a British person do a bad American accent, and I'm like, well, you're mostly there.
He goes over here like, I went to school for acting.
Yes, I did. With a specific class for accents. Fuck that teacher.
Aggressive.
He didn't like me very much.
Please do not
He
be
thought
a
I-
teacher.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
No, you said fuck
Oh,
the
don't know.
teacher, and I said please do not.
Oh no, don't fuck that guy. His nickname was Devil, so, and it rhymed with his last name. So I'll let those creative people out there.
His name was
Look-
Schmigel von Sneaklepevel.
No, his name was David Neville, and we called him the Devil.
Here you go.
Okay. I'm trying to just figure out what color is going to be the one that stands out the most. Okay, we'll just stick with black for right now. So I circled Somerset House on the map. And then,
I see it, guys. It's 17. It's red.
yes.
Colorblind.
All right, so 17 WC.
Yes.
All right. $17 WC. Wiggins pays a fee of 1 shilling 7 pence for the right to view Sir Alfred's will. We are directed to a small table where the clerk brings us the will. Wiggins reads through the 7 pages. If only solicitors knew how to write in plain English. I can't understand all this mumbo-jumbo. But here are the key elements. The shares of the Sipton Company have been evenly divided among Mrs. Cecilia Sipton, Mrs. Agnes Thompson, Mr. Roger Thompson, and Lester Sipton. Each share amounts to more than £300,000. Who is Lester Sipton? Alfred's younger brother who lives in Isgarth, says Wiggins, while he looks again at the will's first page. Roger will run the company if the family members agree to it. If not, there will be a quite complex procedure to decide who will run it. Mrs. Sipton and Mrs. Agnes Thompson will respectively receive an usufruct,
It's like a buyout.
I guess, of 500,000 and £100,000.
Yeah, it's a buyout.
And each of his great nephews shall receive a usufruct of £25,000.
How do you spell usufruct or whatever it is?
USUFRUCT.
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 Assofruct.
Let's see.
The
So,
right
and
to
each of his
use
great
it in profits of something belonging to another. So
Okay.
Yeah, the right of using and enjoying the profits of an estate or other things belonging to another without impairing the substance.
Sure.
Well, okay.
So, okay, in the will, the shares of the company are going to be evenly divided between his wife, his sister, his brother-in-law, and his brother. And then the brother-in-law will take over the company, right? Or was it the brother?
Brother-in-law.
The brother-in-law will take over, barring an agreement amongst the family.
Yeah. Okay, so it
Yeah.
was the brother-in-law. That,
And then each of his great nephews shall receive an usufruct of 25,000 pounds. Wiggin stops for a moment and looks at us. It's nice to have a rich uncle. The Salvation Army, which is one of the beneficiaries, must be praising the Lord, or Sir Alfred, as it will receive 100,000 pounds for spreading the word of God.
Wow.
His entire real estate goes to Mrs. Sipton, to the exception of his share of the Isgarth's domain, which goes to his brother Lester.
Okay.
That's basically it, except for a few small assets distributed among staff members. Here is the list. Rufus Hofstadter, 5,000 pounds. Donald Stillwater, 5,000 pounds. Nigel, 2,000 pounds. Matt, are you writing all this down?
I'm writing down the Donald one.
Okay. Margaret Brisman, 1,500 pounds. Wanda Lewis, 500 pounds. Dottie Lewis, 500 pounds. Rodney Harrington, 2,000 pounds. Jerome Strope, 500 pounds. And Annie Strope, 500 pounds.
So the only name I recognize out of all of those was just Donald. He's only getting 5,000 pounds or dollars, whatever. And compared to like the shares were worth considerably more.
Which I
Right.
guess could be a motive for murder, but like not as strong a motive as he would get something
Right. Like,
extravagant when he died. Like the wife is.
yeah, and it's not even enough to be like, oh, I'm writing you out or whatever, or I'm giving
Yeah.
you, I'm taking away some of this and giving it to somebody else or whatever. Instead, it's like, dude, you're not getting anything.
Well, it
Well,
grand is
5,000
a lot of
in the 5,000 in the 1890s is the equivalent of somewhere between 350,000 to 500,000 in modern dollars or modern
pretty
pounds.
good.
That's,
Okay.
that's maybe motive money.
So he's set up for life, but then if that's the case, why would he murder him? And if he was being set up,
Right.
as in set up for life financially, why would Arnold go through the trouble of faking the murder? So I'm not so sure that this was a self-inflicted, try to pin it on Donald crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not for money at least.
Not for money, no.
Because like there could be something else too that's like, if you're convicted of murder, then you don't get any of the money in the will or something like that. Like,
Well, that is true.
yeah. So it could be like, I hate you for a number of things, and now this is also just another thing. They could be also like, you know, Cecilia does like both of these men, so the fact that they are just trying to reconcile, at least in her mind, doesn't mean it's
Well.
actually true.
Actually, if he gets he dies and everything goes to her, and then they get married, he gets all that stuff.
How much?
In a
was she
way,
getting?
sure. A lot.
I mean, it was like a quarter of the main.
Yeah.
It was 300,000,
Equity,
and then
but-
all the estates.
Yeah, so she gets a quarter of all the stuff.
You
Wait,
said
she gets a quarter of
20,000?
all the shares. So
Yeah.
she has 25% stake in the company and
Yeah,
all of its
so
assets.
25%
She gets the entire home. But is that worth Donald murdering Arnold? Sorry, Arthur, and trying to get away with it, especially if he was so poorly thought out that he didn't even plan or try to compensate for the cops already somehow being at the scene of the crime.
Yeah. I don't
It
think
seems
the guy
very.
who spends his entire life working for charitable organizations is killing for money. Probably.
No.
I mean, it's not just some crazy misdirect. I don't think that's the angle.
No.
I think we go to the scene of the crime next.
Yeah,
That sounds
I
fair.
think
with
so.
you.
Before we leave to go to the scene of the crime, does anyone else have any more thoughts that they want to share about possibilities?
I don't. Do you, Joe?
No, I just want to make sure that everyone in the group is being heard, just in case.
I do have
Good
one
man.
more thing. It
Okay.
says free access, and he charged
And then we
us.
paid money. I know. I saw that too. I was like, what the fuck? Put that in
Well,
my
it's
notes.
free to us. We didn't pay it.
Well, hold on. Stepping inside the building was free. Actually, seeing the record cost money.
It could have been depending on what the record is, and we just happened to choose the will, even though we didn't choose that.
No, I think it's a everyone here is shady kind of thing.
It's a Wiggins thing. They're just like, this fucking chump. We'll make him.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
it's either scene of the crime or talking to Donald. Those are really my two. I mean-
Mark, you
don't
drew
even
two
really have
circles on the map. It looks like.
Yeah, I just am locating places of interest. So one of those is the Old Bailey. One of those is Jasper, a medical examiner. And then on the map that has the scene of the crime, I also put a circle on that. So just places of interest, I'm going to circle in pink.
Do
And
we
then
kind of agree
places
we're
we
not
go
gonna
to,
get-
I'm going to circle in black.
Do we kind of agree we wouldn't get much from the Opera House?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because all it's going to do is confirm whether or not Mrs. Sipton attended.
Yeah, I mean, if
Potentially.
and it may not even do that because how do we? They might be like, we don't know if she was here or not.
Exactly.
Why the fuck are you asking us
So
a stupid question?
The only value it would have is if it's like, yeah, she definitely was not here, which I don't see that happening. So.
Exactly.
All right.
Although I am curious why Arthur wasn't at the opera with her.
Arnold.
Arnold, sorry.
Palmer.
I don't know why Arnold wasn't at
He's AP.
the event with her.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna doubt her. She's in her young 20s. The fuck is she doing at an opera?
She was clubbing, dude.
She has
She's
vested.
an appearance to keep up.
Yeah.
She's looking for other older dudes. That's what I think she's doing.
Oh, she's a Black Widow.
So she knew he
Yeah.
was gonna die. That's where my theory's going. She knew he was gonna die, and she's scoping out her next
She
hottie.
established an alibi.
She did establish an alibi.
She
For
did.
other
but
old
then that-
rich dudes in the newspaper.
All right. So, I guess Alec, what is your thought on where to go to next?
I mean, I want to go to the scene of the crime since
Scene of the crime?
since
Okay.
the start.
Okay, Joe.
I agree. Scene of the crime.
We got 2 for scene of the crime. Matt.
Well, I was just gonna be, contradictory to Alec, but since we already have 2, we might as well go to the scene of the crime.
Cameron, nobody cares about your vote.
Cameron. I care about your vote.
Fair. Thanks.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, I think I just learned how to make polls in chat. So let's ask chat, and nobody's in chat, so it doesn't really matter.
That's what we need. Community needs to vote. Yeah, let's go to scene of the crime.
All right. So the scene of the crime is 17
38.
FF or FF 17 for first floor.
I was gonna say fatal fall.
Excuse me.
Fatal flaw. Fall.
Fatal fall. Or final fuck.
So this is study room because I looked at the basement floor map, or not basement floor, the ground floor map, and it has study and something else.
Okay.
So it has study flat and study, but this is study room. There's no clue for study room. which should be the scene of the crime.
I was gonna say, Mark, there is 2 entrances to this study, and they said they had to force their way in, which makes me think that there was only 1 entrance to it.
So maybe it was in his study flat, which is actually more like a bedroom space.
Okay, so there is a study flat on the ground floor, so I'm going to change to that map. And then I am going to see. So the study flat is in the bottom right.
It's 3.
Or bottom left. Yeah, it's 3.
You can also
So
go to
that
the
would
real
be-
quick and just see if it says the scene of the crime.
That would be GF3.
It would be pretty shocking if they're like, you can't see the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
It's already been cleaned up. This is days ago. Sorry, Chief, you missed your calling.
Let's see.
I'm gonna let you waste your time.
There's the
Yeah.
servant room and the ante room. Like I'm seeing.
Okay,
it looks
before
good.
They use
we-
the restroom.
Before we dive even further into that,
Alex says he's using the
um,
restroom. I think.
PP break?
Okay.
PP
Commercial break.
No? Okay, good, because I had to do the same thing.
Mark, is that actually what you were gonna say? What were you gonna say?
so before the clues for the Carlton House, there is a list. There's like a Carlton House directory of sorts, which I believe is in the Dropbox as well
Mhm.
as staff directory. So GF3 is Sir Alfred's apartment, which would be
It's study
on the
flat.
map study flat. So I guess that would be the scene of the crime.
Okay, so just to clarify again, the Carlton House is just like a giant manor or something like.
Correct. And then because they're European, the ground floor or floor 0 is what you walk into. The first floor is
Yeah.
the second floor for us. And
Yeah.
then there is also a basement. So it
Correct.
would make more sense that the study flat is the scene of the crime versus the study room. But they very explicitly said study room in the intro to the case. And the rooms' names should all be unique. So that's why I'm thrown off.
It might just be a typo error.
Right. So I just want to double check. So Sir Alfred Sipton was found in the study room of his mansion. Let's see. Most of the family members or staff were either out or in their rooms. They could not provide further information. She was at the opera. There were 2 men from Scotland Yard on premises. They were the ones to hear him cry out for help. After they forced the study door, they found a man, Donald Stillwater, bending over the body of Sir Alfred, holding the knife that was planted in his heart. So it doesn't say that they had to force a second door. It just said they forced the study door.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm looking at these pictures of. So you said there's 2 studies on the ground floor.
So there's the study, which is room 19 on ground floor.
Oh yeah, up there in the middle, next to the octagonal vestibule.
Yes. And then there is, which, again, his apartment, according to the Carlton House notes, and that is study flat. And then there is the study room, which is on the first floor, which there is no clue for on here.
Okay, he is 62 and she is 26. I'm just now looking at the household like ages and stuff. Okay.
Okay, so
Mr.
she's a
DiCaprio
gold
over
digger.
here.
Yeah. That doesn't
Remember,
necessarily
16
mean that
and-
she killed him, though.
No, but yeah, it's
But it definitely means that she killed him.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about being a gold digger. If the fucker's gonna die,
Wow,
then why kill him? Sorry. If
You
the
kiss
old
your
man
wife
is
with that
gonna die,
mouth.
Yes, all the time. Her mouth is worse.
If she like dropped everything to take care of him until
Oh no, so, yeah,
in
he's
his-
62, she's 26. I found the directory of the stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, you guys were gone. We were like trying to figure out which one of these 3 studies is the real study, because the one that says labeled study flat is labeled as his apartment in the noteworthy rooms. So,
Not
it's
confusing at
very
all.
strange.
and there's the one that's actually called study, only has 1 door to it, but it's over by the playroom and the octagonal vestibule.
Octagonal.
My way is more fun.
To be pedantic.
No, it does say
Vagina?
It does say octagonal.
Octagonal.
There's no A. It's octagonal.
It's octagon AL.
Yeah.
Vagina.
So it's wrong.
Final answer.
It's British.
It's British.
Oh, that's funny.
Do we spend too much time together, guys?
Apparently.
Also, in the rules, there's a whole thing that says visiting Carlton House, and there's like a shit ton.
Did you not
But I
read
think it's
them in the
just-
3-4 years since we last played this?
No. But I think it's just
No
like
matter
someone
what.
giving us a tour of the house.
Man, I can't wait to rewatch our last time doing this from 4 years ago and seeing like we had 0 of the same trains of thought.
Probably, and also it would have been less responsive because I think I was just like burnt out.
It's
of
gonna be
Sherlock.
real sad if we did way better last time.
Okay, well, we also
do
had a
not doubt
lot
it.
more practice because we'd played through the entirety of the original.
That's true. We have an
Some
excuse
cases.
to fell off.
Yeah,
Albert.
so I'm just going to read the section where it mentions the study room. Behind me, there is a set of bed chambers and rooms, FF 11 through 16, which all have French windows overlooking the patio. There are, at the end of the corridor, on this side, the study room, FF 17, and right here, I must show it to you, the tapestry room, FF 19. And then it goes on
Oh, we're on
about
the
the
wrong
tapestry
floor
room
to
and
be
blah, blah,
looking
blah.
at that one. Okay.
Yeah,
There's no
sorry.
Scene of the crime.
Well, no.
So,
There
oh,
are
that's the
3
wrong-
different
there we go.
rooms that Mark has found that could be referred to as the study room. One is on the first floor that he just read to us, and the other 2 are on the ground floor. That one is called study, and the other one is called like study flat, which is the apartment.
Do any of them refer to a murder?
I mean, do you want me to like just look at the
Yes.
clues for each of those locations?
Correct.
Okay, so there
Yeah,
is
I mean-
nothing for what presumably is the scene of the crime.
The one we were
Sir
just at,
Alfred's
or-
apartment is minimal at best. Like, I'm not reading it, but there's 5 lines. And then the other one is, what was the other one?
like 19 or something.
Here we go. GF 22, Sir Alfred's study.
Yes, that one. 19, 22,
Okay.
same thing.
So 22, there's, let's see.
20's
I'd say,
fun.
yeah, it's between 16 to
Roaring
20 lines, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, it's probably that one. If we get into it and it's not that one, then we can always just be like, never mind.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Can confirm. I didn't read the whole thing. I read the first 5 words. We enter the crime scene. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
I think this one. I think that one might be it.
I don't know, Mark. Like, SOC does not show up on the map there.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I don't know who could have drawn that. Definitely not the game master.
It's dumb that they called it study room,
Yeah,
and it's different. I'm annoyed.
I mean, I'm in my office,
you
but I'm
see.
technically in my study right now.
Yeah,
I'm in my
but
office.
again, Sherlock is usually pretty specific. So when they say study room, it should refer to
Yeah, but
study
this is
room.
DLC. You think they actually like pay attention more when writing this DLC stuff?
It was
I
actually
bet
one
say they
of
do
the
not.
release
This has
ones.
been out for at least a few years. There should have been at least 2 updates by now.
You
It's not
have
my
the
fault.
physical printout of the original. You have version 1.0 in your hand.
Actually, this is probably like version 3 point something because the original of this came out in like the 80s.
Oh, I mean of the DLC. They haven't updated the DLC because they printed it.
I like totals. Is that how old
They
this
had
game is?
DLC in the 80s.
No, so
this-
if you ever
the original
look
came out
up
in the 80s.
Sherlock Consulting Detectives, I kept finding a bunch of older games for it because they just keep remaking this new stuff for it, but same name.
Hey,
Yeah.
keep on buying the license. It works.
So the really annoying part is when I was typing up the directory, I typed up the directory from the original game that my buddy Chase has. And then some of the locations in the new version are different. So when I was looking at the names, I was like, these names aren't the same. The hell. Yeah, so that was fun. So I had to go back and edit it.
Lol.
It was sweet.
You edited.
Anywho, so I circled
Murder scene.
study. Oh no, that's not. It's 22. Study snooker room. Oh, my apologies. Jesus,
There's one
Oh,
entrance.
wait, look,
Nope.
it's connected to the office and the large living room ballroom.
dude.
Hold on, how many entrances are there to that room though?
3.
Okay.
But you know, like, yeah, I got nothing for you on that one. The office could have been locked because he was actually in the office, but I was gonna say the large living room ballroom implies that there is also a small living room ballroom and maybe even potentially a medium living room ballroom.
Just read the damn article.
Okay, so we are now at study/snooker room. Okay. GF22.
I don't see a slash on here.
Whatever. We enter the crime scene, Sir Sipton's study, adjacent to the blue sitting room. When entering the room, we examine the door between the study and the sitting room, the door that was forced by the police. When forcing it, the constables loosened the screws holding the door copperbolt. To our left, there is a wheelchair in front of the large fireplace. On the floor, in front of the wheelchair, we see the chalk outline, which marks the place before last where Sir Alfred rested. A dreadful knives collection of 50 items from all styles and eras is hitched to the wall, opposite the fireplace. The empty silver sheath of Persian origin, ornamented with gems, indicates where the knife was taken from to end up in Sir Alfred's chest. It is placed in the center of the collection, approximately 5 feet above the ground. Now we proceed with the examination of the 2 French doors that open to the porch. One is closed from the inside, while the other has broken glass at the latch door level. There's shattered glass on the floor. Yep.
That's everything.
So
Okay.
the knives
That's
are
it.
easy reach on the wall. One of the exterior doors was broken.
No window.
From the
Or
cops.
windows, yeah. No, one of the exterior windows was broken into, essentially. I'm curious to know, actually, what the time of death was now, because who's to say that he wasn't killed, died pretty quietly, and then his friend came in through one of the
Found him
other
like that.
doors, so yelled out, and the cops tried busting in, and while they were busting in, he pulled the knife out, and then they found him pulling the knife out.
I
So
do
who would have snapped?
think this
Oh,
kind
sorry.
of exonerates Donald to me, because why would he have to break into the back like double doors if he's
No,
like a
the back
friend
window.
The windows
Yeah,
are
the back
doors or
window.
whatever.
I thought it said it was like double doors out to the patio.
I'm just
or
saying one of
whatever.
the
It was
exterior
glass was broken
entrances.
inwards.
Either
it
way,
also-
why would he have to break in through that if he's like a friend who comes and visits all the time.
Well, I'm betting that like the police were coming. So if you're looking at the map, it sounds like they were in room 23, which is just below the snucker room, or like in one of the sitting rooms, maybe in the smoking room, whatever that's down there. And then they had to break in that way. There's 3 other entrances. Who's to say Donald wasn't in the office or somewhere else that the door wasn't broken in from and came in from those doors?
Yeah.
So here's my theory. If we think it's Donald, he doesn't want to be found out, right? So he's gonna break in, and then he knows there's all those knives on the wall, so he doesn't bring a weapon. But he just grabs one off the wall and then stabs him to death.
I concur that whoever did kill Arnold knew of the location where he could kill him and not have to bring a weapon. I do agree with that.
That's true. It's probably somebody who knew
Yeah.
him, not just some random person that's like, I want to steal from a rich guy.
Where's
And then-
my money?
Maybe the broken glass, if it was someone who is staff, was they broke the glass to make it seem like a break-in. Although,
and then they
if
and
there
then they came
was
through the locked door.
right, but if there is broken glass, that could also mean that since there's glass on the outside looking in, it could be easily seen that there are a bunch of knives on the wall, or just like, hey, you enter the room, there's a bunch of knives, here's a thing, stab.
Right.
Could have been that he just.
So it could go either way.
It could have been that he was after the killer was trying to just be a robbery. Saw the Persian stuff with all of the jewels and stuff on the wall, broken there. Did not see the old guy in the wheelchair who doesn't move too much. Startled, pulls the knife, kills him, and gets out. And then the other guy hears the struggle in the office. They're from the office.
The other thing to note
Yeah.
is he wasn't far from his wheelchair, so it's not like he got up and went after like an attacker. He was sitting, they came up to him, and then he stood up, or was killed in his chair and fell out.
I'm still very confused about the locked door that Scotland Yard had to break down, because it's like,
Why?
did the person break in from the outside, go through the glass, and then go to the trouble of locking the door and then kill him? Or did they kill him, lock the door because they heard Scotland Yard, and then run, maybe?
Was it already locked for some reason?
Yeah, or was it already locked?
I think.
Shit, it's the cops.
We're-
Quick, lock the doors.
No. You joke, but I think that maybe Battle that has something to do with it. We still don't know why Scotland Yard was there on site, and maybe it had something to do with some other incident that this person wasn't aware of, or it was all still an elaborate scheme to blame Donald. Someone, an outside force, breaks in through the window, kills the guy, leaves the body, knowing that Donald is going to come in and check on him, or says, hey, Donald, Arthur wants to see you. And then Arnold wants to see you, leaves, Donald goes in, freaks out, cries for help. Cops hear it, come in, door's locked. Not to Donald doesn't know that because there's multiple entrances to this room. And then that's when the cops, who had to break in the door, find Donald with the knife over Arnold. And when Donald tries to explain that, no, I was the one that was calling for help, they don't believe him.
We also
So there's
assume,
a third door into this room then.
There
that's what
is.
I'm saying.
There's a-
We're assuming that based on the map, and it could be that it wasn't written to go with
Okay.
the map very well. I feel like.
Well, I think we should be because like they did say it's like Mark, if you reread the stuff where Scotland Yard came in from, it said something about like the sitting room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought
So
there
that
were
would
only
be
4 doors,
room-
and then I looked at it. It's
Okay.
room 23, just slightly down from where that chair is now. So like it does make
Yeah.
sense that they broke in from there, and
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what they said about the break-in area, what that one was like. But like I'm trying to place that on the map.
Right. So let's see here. I put the wheelchair
stepping away
and
for
the
a second to feed the
fireplace
dog.
on the map. Let's see. Yeah, opposite the fireplace. Now I'm really
can't add-
confused because it says
I can't
two
add a
are
skeleton
left.
to the map. I was gonna put a skeleton on the thing.
You put a kobold there.
I can't put any monsters
So-
on Mark's mark. Lock that all down.
Oh, damn.
Two are left. There is a wheelchair in front of. When forcing it, the constable position the screws holding the door between the study and the sitting room. So that would be the door to the south, implying to the left that wall is the fireplace.
Wait, so they were coming from
Excuse me.
the
Sorry.
the anteroom, or they were
23.
coming from the large living room?
I heard.
According to this, yeah, blue sitting room. So I believe that is room 23.
Okay. So that door was locked, but there's still presumably 3 other doors plus the glass that was broken.
Which
Yeah,
it
so
makes
the
sense because
broken
the sitting room
glass-
is like the waiting room, anyways.
Right, but I'm
Two
just saying
French-
there's other ways Donald could have gotten in.
Yeah.
Without him necessarily either breaking the glass or locking the door.
And he's a friend, so chances are he was in the office.
Yeah, I'm just saying if the only 2 ways in were the broken glass and the locked door, then that would look really bad for Donald. But if there was another way he came in and he had no idea that he didn't lock the door, somebody else did it, and he didn't break the glass, then
Yeah, I'm looking
So-
at the other like potential study rooms just to make sure they didn't mark it bad, and this is the only one that makes sense based on the description of everything.
At this point, do we think Arnold killed him and is either being framed or covered up, or
You
do we
mean-
think there's a possibility
Donald killed Arnold.
or Donald killed Arnold? Do you think there's a possibility that Donald? Do we think he killed him? It was either framed or trying to cover up,
I
or do we think he didn't do
think
it at all?
it was lucky that Donald was the one. I don't think he killed him currently.
I agree that Donald is not the murderer. And
that's why,
I think it's
that's why I was wondering about the doors. I'm like, if there were only 2 entrances in and both of them are suspicious and Donald was the only one in there, then I'm like, he kind of has to be the murderer. But seeing that there's 3 other ways in,
Well, those are.
Why would he take the knife out?
Why would he take?
probably trying to save his life or resuscitate him. You see your friend on the floor with a knife in their gut, and
Not
you
a
don't
lot
know.
of people know to not
what to do.
just to leave the knife in.
I was
Right.
gonna say this is 1800s medicine.
They-
He
they don't
probably
have
has
this
no
down.
idea.
He's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this knife is killing him. Pull it out. It might save his life. Like, no, dude, that's gonna
Yeah.
kill him faster. To be
Exactly.
fair, he
yeah.
was stabbed. Also, they said in the heart. He was dead like instantly.
Yeah. Should we talk to him next then?
Yes.
Him or I kind of want to see Scotland Yard's perspective too.
Yeah, I was hoping Scotland Yard would be here still, but it makes sense
Yeah.
that we'd have to go to Scotland Yard themselves to get their notes.
Mainly, I want to
don't-
know why they were here. Like, who called them?
Mark, what are
Here,
you
'cause
putting
that
up there?
kinda
Are those
paints
like
target on that.
chests or windows?
Those are supposed to be those are the French doors that lead to the porch, because it clearly says 2 doors that lead to the porch. Unless
Those are
it's
the
the
ones with the
French
broken
doors,
glass?
right?
Okay,
Yeah, one of them has broken glass, the other one doesn't. I don't know which one because it doesn't specify.
doesn't matter.
But that is where we assume the attacker came in from. Or left.
Correct. Or both.
Both.
Yeah, I wonder if Donald has evidence that somebody else was there, or if he's just going to be like, I didn't do it, and he doesn't really help.
It also doesn't
Yeah,
say
I'm-
like which side of the glass, which are the doors the glass was on. Was it broken in from the inside or the outside? Because you can
He
usually
said there was
tell.
glass on the floor.
Yeah,
Right.
the inside. So
Okay.
presumably
Yeah,
they
it broke it from the outside coming inside. I'm down to talk to Scotland Yard next.
Yeah, Scotland Yard sounds good, or the suspect, Donald.
My
Those are
vote
really
is
our
Donald.
Only two options.
Well, we still have the coroner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eh.
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I think we are pretty solid agreement that Donald is not the murderer. And I'm just
Yeah.
curious what the coroner is going to tell us, other than he was stabbed with that curved Persian blade.
Yeah, that's
In
kind
the
of
heart.
that's
And
what I'm
our
thinking.
thinking with the coroner was like, what if it was a suicide and he was trying to frame Donald? But I don't think we are thinking that's the play anymore. So
Yeah.
Well,
I-
the
I-
blade was
I'm
held
less on
with
the
two
coroner
hands.
train, and I'm more on either Donald or Scotland Yard at this point.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
And
Scotland
I
Yard
think-
because I'm
yeah.
hoping to get why they were there and other notes that we may not have picked up on us since they've cleaned up the crime scene or whatever. I think we'd only get from Donald was, I walked in and he was dead, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Scotland Yard's correct.
But my curiosity with Donald is, why were you in the room? Right? I'm curious
Yeah.
to see if he fingers somebody and says, because so and so told me to be in the room. And then my only thing would be if we found out so and so's spouse, who also worked in the household, told Scotland Yard to be there. So I think talking to both would be essential.
Yeah.
But I'll acquiesce to the group and say we'll go with Scotland Yard first.
I'm with you. I kind of, unless we get something from one of them that disqualifies the other, I think we should probably go to both.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
it doesn't really matter.
I think
with the order,
Scotland
I
Yard
guess.
first, in my opinion.
Cool. Let's do that.
Scotland Yard first. Okay. All right, I have put a marker over Scotland Yard. It's 13 southwest.
Where we're going for places feels almost too straightforward.
I mean, the first one, the Somerset House, didn't really help us at all.
Well, it kind of did, because now we at least, if one of the names pop up of a person that works in that household that's only getting 500 pounds, or more importantly, someone in that house or multiple persons in that house who aren't getting anything are named, and then we'll say, oh, hey, was that person on the list of people in the household who's getting will money? No.
Do we at all suspect the brother-in-law who has the most to gain from his death?
I don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we don't think it was Donald, we still don't really have another suspect.
Moriarty.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it's Moriarty. Yeah.
It's always Moriarty.
I'm hoping
The
to
only-
gain that from Donald, honestly.
Right. The only thing with killing for the will, like that angle, is that he was already dying anyway. He probably didn't have that much time left, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Thank you, Crickets. As you guys pointed out, this person was old and dying, so people who stood to benefit from his death
Just needed
didn't
to wait.
have a motive to kill him, especially if they just needed to wait for a little bit. I think this is definitely feeling like someone who couldn't wait for him to die and is therefore more of a revenge killing.
Yeah.
Or
Especially because
Makes me
there's
think it's
already
the
a
wife.
history of Donald that potentially could be a motive.
how old's his brother-in-law? Come on, Dropbox.
It depends on how old the sister is.
Well, not necessarily. This dude was 62 and his wife was 26. So, like,
All right, fair enough.
Dropbox just reset me back to home instead of showing me the picture I wanted to look at.
Are you
Thanks,
thinking like
Dropbox.
if the brother-in-law was really old and he didn't have much time left anyway, then
He was like, I want to make some change to like the way the company's operating and everything, and I need to do it fast. It seems more like a crime of passion or like a impromptu type of deal.
I'm less and less on the thinking it has something to do with the will.
Yeah.
I agree. But I think it was still important to establish that it did have nothing to do with the will.
I'm so
Or
glad
maybe
we
it does have, again, maybe it does have something to do with the will, and because that person's not named and we haven't talked to Scotland Yard yet or the Donald, then we're missing an important piece.
I mean,
I
I
was
could
gonna
have
say,
written down
the more
more
I'm
of the
thinking about this,
staff, but I only wrote
I
down
feel like
Donald's. I need
Donald
some.
is more likely to give us a lead for who might have done it, where Scotland Yard is probably just going to be like, it was for sure Donald. We came in and saw him with the knife.
Possibly,
Right,
but
well,
then
the main advantage of talking to Scotland Yard is that they're going to tell us who, like, why they were there, who called them there.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
that point's
We're
finger at
hoping
somebody.
that's what they'll
Yeah.
tell us.
Yeah,
Right.
Yep, you're right.
If they don't, then it's kind of a waste. But
Here's something interesting. I don't have the brother-in-law's thing on here, but Roger Thompson is the son of Agnes Thompson. Oh, and it says and president of the Sipton Teas Company. So like his nephew, Alfred's nephew is Roger, according to the directory, and he's currently president. But according to the will, once Alfred dies, the brother-in-law takes over.
oh, and the nephew's only got like a smaller amount,
He's
right?
32.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what was the brother-in-law's
Oh.
name? Like, did I just get this stuff mixed up?
Thomas. The
I
last
don't
name
know.
was
I just
Thomas.
put him down as
I
BIL.
have Thompson.
Thompson.
Thompson, sorry.
Thompson.
Yeah,
with
it's
no
not
P.
Thompson, it's Thompson.
But yeah,
Thompson.
I have Agnes Thompson,
Thompson,
Alfred's
yeah.
sister, and Roger Thompson is son of Agnes. I could be mistaken. It wasn't brother-in-law because I think we just assumed brother-in-law, but it could have been that his nephew is getting that stuff.
No, remember, hold on. Because it specifically said that the nephews were getting, that's when we asked what that word was. They're just getting money. They're not getting stakes in the company.
Yeah, and I think the amount they were getting too was also less.
It was
Yeah.
like
Like it was
£1,000
more than
pounds.
what it was more than what Donald was getting, I think, but it was still less than the other four.
Mhm. And they're also not getting any property out of it either.
Right. There's no equity. They don't have any shares in the company. So that's kind of crazy for the guy who's the president of the company to not be getting anything other than like a lump sum.
Also, it doesn't look like
Mhm.
Would you like
Alfred
me-
and Cecilia had any kids.
Would you like me to reconfirm the amount?
Could you please?
Yes, please.
So the great nephews are each receiving 25,000 pounds.
That's still a lot.
And
It's not
then-
300,000.
Like
No.
5 million.
No, we said
Uh,
25,000 pounds.
So
Yeah.
still-
25,000.
That's still
over a
5
mil.
times the amount of Donald.
Mrs.
Yeah, that's-
Sipton is getting 500,000.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Agnes Thompson, the sister, is receiving 100,000.
Yeah, that's like 100 mil or something. If that other conversion. Was
And
correct.
then
Mhm.
Alfred's younger brother, Roger, will run the company. So
Oh.
he's given the company,
So Roger Thompson
assuming
is his just
So it's
straight up
not-
nephew.
It's not the brother-in-law; it's the brother.
yeah, Alfred's. Oh, who is? Oh, sorry.
Lester's the brother.
Thank you. So Mr. Roger Thompson and Lester are receiving share amounts worth
Mhm.
more than 300,000 pounds. So
which one of them
Lester
is
is the
taking over the
younger
company?
brother. Lester's the younger brother, and Roger is, I believe, Agnes's husband.
It
So I
would-
believe that is the brother-in-law.
unless
Correct.
he's,
And he's the
he's
one
not a,
taking over the company.
so it says I'm looking at the household directory. Roger Thompson is the son of Agnes Thompson, Agnes being
Oh.
Alfred's sister. Roger Thompson II is son of Roger and Prudence, and he is currently 4.
Oh,
So Roger
the nephew
Thompson is
is-
nephew, but he's not the great nephew. That would be Roger Thompson II.
Okay.
but the nephew is the president, right?
Yes.
So he
Yeah.
okay. So the president is the one getting.
So it's not
Okay.
brother-in-law;
That makes
it is
sense.
just straight nephew.
Okay, that actually makes sense. I thought the president was getting
Right.
snubbed.
So
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
next
but I wanted to
generation.
confirm that. So like the nephew is 32 years old and is the current president.
thank you.
Okay.
And the great nephew is the president's son, and I think there's another son, Alfred
And-
Thompson.
All the great nephews are getting 25.
There is Alfred
Okay.
Thompson, who's this, and Roger Thompson. Oh, look at that. Alfred is the firstborn at 6, and Junior is born second at 4 years old.
Okay. I'm no longer suspicious on that line of
Yeah,
questioning.
no,
Yes.
either.
So I guess adding to potential places of interest, possibly the tea company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be-
Talking
that'd be
to
decent.
someone, I'm assuming Roger.
Mhm.
Yeah. Even though I don't suspect him, there could be some disgruntled employee who's a suspect.
I mean, how hands-on could Alfred be at 62 with the nephew
Right.
half his age currently
In a
running
wheelchair.
things?
I think, because then also keep in mind that it would have to be someone who has knowledge of the interior of the manor to know where to kill Alfred Arnold without needing to bring a weapon of their own.
If
So
that
staff
was
or
intentional.
family, probably.
Yes.
If it was
Sorry,
first
Alec, you were
degree
saying?
and not third degree.
That's what Matt said. Is what I was saying. Is like if that's what happened and it wasn't someone who was just there having a meeting.
Or was just there for other nefarious purposes or whatever, like breaking in, stuff like that.
Yeah.
T and Co is 39 EC.
Okay, so current options are coroner, suspect, Scotland Yard, and place of business.
I think Scotland Yard.
I think suspect.
Those two are still at the top of my list for me. So
Yeah,
I'm good with either one.
Don't know. Okay, what do you guys think we're gonna get out of each one?
Well, both of them might give us a suspect.
Right?
Yeah.
Scotland Yard will tell us who called, hopefully, and Donald will tell us.
Who told him to go into that room?
Or what he saw in the moments before Scotland Yard broke into the room.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If he arrived,
He could,
Just
as-
if Donald also is aware of what's going on. He might also know why Scotland Yard was there.
that's true. It could kill two birds with one stone if we talk to Donald. That's
Where he's like, "Hey,
possible.
I called them."
I was suspicious of so and so, and then
Yeah.
Then I yelled
That's
out
true.
because I knew they were in the house.
Okay, so
Mhm.
Then-
let's go to Donald then.
yeah, I agree.
Suspect at the
Alright.
Old Bailey.
So I got 3 or for Donald.
I think we
3,
can
4 for Donald.
4.
Correct. We're going to Donald.
Okay,
We're 4
so I'm
for
going to
4.
change Scotland Yard to.
Mark, what do you think?
So, as far as going to Scotland Yard, I don't think that's a terrible idea. I do think that going there, hopefully Lestrade would be able to tell us why he placed 2 people there. My only concern of going to Scotland Yard is the fact that they are working on this other case, where they might think this case is pretty cut and dry, that they're not expending any extra.
And they're
Manpower?
just going to be like, "Hey, we got nothing
Yeah,
for it."
we got this
Yeah.
other thing going on, so
definitely
that's my only concern with Scotland Yard. So I do think that going and talking to Donald
Donald.
can also provide us the information of, hey, maybe you knew why there were 2 people there.
All right. I was 50-50 on those 2 options, so
I have a new suspect.
I'm on board
Cynthia
with either
Dagger,
one.
the dishwasher. She's 16 years old. I don't trust her.
Boom.
We do know that Arnold likes him young.
Okay.
Arnold is in the files. Let's just be honest.
There's a few other 26-year-olds too if we wanted to really be on there, but that's the youngest person on this list.
they
Don't
did
trust
say
Roger
Arnold
the second.
left the UK for a while. Was he spending time on a certain island, maybe?
Yeah, like an island. somewhere.
There is no Arnold
well-
II, unless you're talking about the great nephew.
Did he take any chartered ships?
Roger the second.
Are there some ship logs?
The
perhaps, we
4-year-old?
could-
Yeah, I don't trust 4-year-olds. Skeptical.
Mhm.
All right, so are we going to talk to Donald?
Yes, suspect
Yes.
at Old Bailey is what I have written down as next.
All right. So that is 36 EC. The warden lets us in a small whitewashed room furnished with only a table and a bench on each side. At the end of the table sits a tall young man with light brown hair. Thick golden framed glasses rest on his large pointy nose. Several cuts and bruises disfigure him. He is wearing a Salvation Army uniform. when we enter, he raises his head and observes us. He welcomes us with a nod and a hint of a forced smile. Here is Stillwater. You have 15 minutes. On that note, the warden slams the door and leaves us with the accused. We are here at Mrs. Sipton's request. Did she ask us to come here first?
I don't know. Did she?
I did not
No,
write
she
that
just-
down, but I think it's because she asked us to investigate.
Okay.
Yeah. So the story just expects us to talk to him.
Okay.
Why would we ever do that? It's not like the suspect could ever say anything that's like gonna help their case.
Well, this is just the first time we actually have a suspect that we can talk to.
Great. Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. We are here at Mrs. Sipton's request, begins Wiggins, as we are taking our seats across Stillwater. She asked that we help you. She thinks you are innocent. Are you? Oh, yes, yes, God is my witness. We wish you had a less ethereal witness to confirm your story. What were you doing at Sir Alfred's on the night of the murder? Sir Alfred had asked me to come. When? Yesterday, by evening mail. He asked that I visit him at the mansion. Do you still have the letter? No, I destroyed it. Why? Sir Alfred requested it. He said it was important. Why was it important? I don't know. It was, and still is, a mystery to me. He only said that Sissy, Mrs. Sipton, was in danger, and that he needed my help. Can you recollect, with precision, the terms of this letter? Yes, I believe so. Stillwater takes off his glasses and starts wiping them with the handkerchief he took from his pocket. His eyes stare at something above our heads and resumes. The letter read, Donald, I must see you tonight. Cecilia is in danger. Make sure no one sees you. Go to the park through the garden entrance. Enter my study using the porch door. I will leave it open. Be here at 9:30 p.m. I am counting on you. It is important that you destroy this letter. It was signed Sipton. Stillwater puts his glasses back on and looks at us. That's all I know. None of this makes sense to me. I don't understand what happened. Was Sir Alfred in the habit of calling you or calling on your help? No. Sir Alfred was not the type of man to ask for anybody's help. Excuse me, but he was dying. These past few months, he had been kind to me and had invited me over several times. He was worried about Sissy's future. What would happen to her after his death? I promised him I would watch over her. So you have no clue as to what Sir Alfred was referring to? None. It was the first time I would have heard of it. Tell us what happened on the night of the murder. I arrived by the garden entrance as he instructed me, and I crossed the lawn heading for the porch. I saw a dim light in Sir Alfred's study. I went up to the porch door, which was ajar. As I came into the room, I heard the clock striking the half hour. I called Sir Alfred softly. It's funny how one tends to lower one's voice in dark places. The answer I got still gives me the chills. I heard Sir Alfred scream, Murder! Murder! Then there was a cry of pain. At this stage of the narrative, Stillwater's body shakes. He wipes his face with the handkerchief. He takes in a couple of deep breaths before resuming. I ran to where the cries came from. In the darkness, I could only perceive Sir Alfred's silhouette, crumpled in the wheelchair. He was still alive when I arrived next to him. He was trying to remove the knife from his chest. I lifted him up from his chair and tried to make him comfortable by laying him on the floor, when the door opened suddenly and two men came running in. They grabbed me and twisted my arm. I had removed the knife from Sir Alfred's body, and they were trying to take it away from me. I didn't know they were the police. I was trying to reach for the door, but they knocked me out. Then I remember I was brought into Scotland Yard, where I was charged with murder. Is this how you got all these cuts and bruises on your face? Yes. I tried to flee through the porch door. Please remember, I thought these men were the murderers. When one of them grabbed me, I hit the ground, and it was the broken glass next to the door that cut my face. That's the last thing I remember. Did you see anybody else in Sipton when you entered the room? No. The room was plunged in darkness. I did not even see Sipton until he cried out. I saw nothing. I heard nothing. At that moment, the room's door opens up, and the warden comes in. Time's up. Come on, Stillwater. Get back to your cell.
15 minutes, my ass.
I have thoughts.
Me too.
Same, but let's go around. Mark,
Really?
you expressed your thoughts first. Go first.
I don't think that note was written by Sipton.
Oh,
I
really?
think
Yeah.
someone was luring him there to frame Donald for the murder.
Do
At
you
the
think-
exact time,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so he didn't hear somebody else. Do you think Sipton might have been told to like kill himself essentially?
No.
Told to?
Or well, like it says Cecilia's in danger or whatever, right? But like he didn't. I know it was dark, but how? Like unless it's a trained assassin or whatever, how difficult would it be for somebody to get out through the door that the guy just entered in? And get out before the police show in without making any noise or anything like that. I know the guy's focused on, his friend who is dying in front of him, but like,
I kind of want to go back to my original theory that Alfred Arnold knew that he was dying and still wanted to say, fuck you, Donald, and got Donald there, told him to burn the evidence, and then fucking killed himself, shouting murder to draw the cops in.
that's what,
And so I think after hearing Donald's story that I think Arnold set him up.
So I think I'm with Joe, but there's one thing that's bothering me is he said the door was unlocked and he came through the door, but then later said it was broken. The glass was broken from the doors.
Well, yeah, I think somebody broke in and then the door was open because they exited out onto the porch.
Okay. But yeah, I'm in for that where he sent the letter to get him there and then killed himself just before he got there and had the police already there. But I don't.
Because why would the door be broken into and then left open if he's trying to frame Donald? Because to me that suggests that somebody else was there before Donald.
But also keep in mind that Donald didn't say that the glass was broken before. He
I
said
was
that
just about to say the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that he struggled with the cops, not knowing who they were. The glass broke because he got shoved into it, and that's how he cut his face.
But that would mean the
Huh.
glass went the other way.
I see.
but it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
ever-
wouldn't it?
it never
If he got shoved
clarifies.
into the door, wouldn't the broken glass go outside onto the porch?
It
Not
just said on the
inside?
floor. We never said what side of the door it was on.
Well, they're not gonna say on the
Right.
floor if it went
We're
outside
just-
on the balcony.
Eh,
They
That's
might
fair.
are British.
I never trust these things unless they specifically say it's outside or inside the building. Like unless they specify.
Yeah.
Unless you see the body, don't assume they're dead. No.
I've already lost trust because of the fact that they said study room. So
That's what I was
could be
thinking.
fucking anything.
But like
The
also,
floor could
if
be
he
the
slammed
glass for all
into
I
the
care.
in glass and like destroyed everything with that, I feel like they would have said like the entire glass was broken here instead of just like a part of the pane by the handle.
Do we think there's a chance that Cecilia was there and hiding in the corner where it was super, super dark?
I mean, I assume the cops turned on the lights or something once they tackled him and stuff. Like,
She wouldn't.
She wouldn't have
need
stayed
to-
for
I mean,
that.
unless she was the murderer, she wouldn't need to be there. I don't think she. was the one.
Again,
who planted
why
the
would
knife.
she murder him if
She-
she's just gonna fucking die anyway?
Yeah, and I think she could be involved, but I don't think she's the one who put the knife in him.
I don't know.
No,
It still
I
feels
don't
like
think
a
so.
frame by suicide, but like I'm trying to really see motive behind it. I don't really have motive for
Suicide?
anybody. Like, why frame him? Why him in
I
particular?
don't think it was Sipton framing him. I think it was somebody else framing him. But yes,
Right.
that is a fair question. Why frame Donald?
I agree with you because that's kind of the thing is I don't think that letter is from Sipton, so I don't think this was like an 8-month long con for him to
It's
frame
almost
Donald.
like if Cecilia
himself.
had another love interest that she hasn't brought up.
Or if
Do we
But why
think
would-
it's
Why
Roger?
would Cecilia want
Do-
to frame Donald?
Do you think
Hold
Roger
on.
was going after his aunt because they're the same age and stuff? Like he's 32, she's
No,
26.
I have a better question. If we are suspecting Celia of killing Arnold, then why would she ask the best detective in London to help exonerate her friend?
Because she thinks she did such a good job at
No,
covering.
that's stupid.
I,
That is the kind of ego that only Moriarty pulls.
I
No
only
one
said that
else so
because the
far in
Brooklyn
the
Or-
Nine-Nine
series has
episode.
done that.
I said this
Or
earlier because of the
Golddigger.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think she's gonna implicate herself, or like not implicate herself, but like try to give herself an alibi. Like, I hired Sherlock. That's like again some Knives Out thing or whatever. Like,
So, in my opinion, I would really like to go to the coroner's office now to see how exactly Arnold died, because now I'm going back
So-
to my theory.
yeah. The other thing too is like we could learn that like the knife was stabbed parallel to or whatever and then be like, well, he was sitting in his wheelchair according to Donald and then picked up and laid on the ground. So like usually if he's
Or-
in his wheelchair, that would mean that it's like a downward thrust or something.
Or we ask him and we ask the coroner, and he's like, his body was actually pumped full of a certain drug so that he went completely numb. So he probably didn't feel any pain. Good for him. It's like, well, why would that be in his system?
Why would he yell
Yeah.
out murder, murder, murder?
Well,
Joe, do you think that letter sent to Donald was actually from Mr. Sipton?
I am of two minds about it because I can definitely see it two ways. One, someone else wrote the letter to frame Donald, which definitely makes sense, right? But then that also requires that the person to know Arnold enough to be able to craft that kind of letter. And then ask them to burn it so that they can't prove, hey, this isn't Arnold's handwriting, this is someone else's. But I could also see it as someone, as Arnold, potentially actually sending that letter and still asking him to burn it so that way there's no record of him reaching out to Donald in order to complete the setup. So for me, I need to see the coroner to kind of put thoughts out of my mind of, yes, obviously he was killed by someone stabbing him down in his wheelchair or something else of that nature. Because currently, since we don't have a suspect, I need to have, my next step is to rule out Arnold as a suspect himself.
So,
Yeah.
well,
would you rather try and rule him out or gather a new suspect?
I don't know where to
I was
start
gonna-
looking for a new suspect, though.
Scotland Yard might give us who called the police, and the tea company might tell us that somebody had a deep grudge against him.
Okay.
Yeah. If because if somebody really wanted Scotland Yard to be there specifically at 9:30 at the time detailed in the letter, I feel like whoever was involved in making sure they were there has to be implicated somehow.
Mhm.
Um,
Also,
Mhm,
Joe, I like how your two camps are. It was either Arnold or it wasn't. But I need to confirm because there is a third camp that Donald wrote it to himself. I just want to make
Yes.
sure that that is
Or he's making up the letter entirely.
exonerated.
Yeah, you're right. That's not really a good system to go off of, but I just need to rule out Arnold as a suspect because I don't know why I'm so dead set because it doesn't make sense for all of these people who are going to inherit so much from a guy who is so close to death to kill him and thus potentially implicate them in a murder, in which case they can lose everything. It
Right.
doesn't make sense. The only way for someone to justify this murder is if they were getting nothing and therefore they lose nothing by getting caught. Of course, no one goes into a murder actually thinking, I'm not going to get away with this, especially since someone who's gone through such a process to get away with it. But I still have a hard time believing that I just need to sit back and wait isn't a strong enough motivation to actually is not strong enough. Whatever hatred that they were feeling, just sitting back and watching an old man fall apart was stronger.
So
Right.
my only
They're good.
thing with go ahead, Cameron.
Oh, I was just gonna say there doesn't necessarily need to be an economic motive just because he was rich. So that's why I kind of think like if we go to the business, there could be like an interpersonal reason, or it could be like a crime of passion. Who knows?
Which makes sense with
Because
Donald.
I'm thinking less and less that it's financial because the guy was gonna die soon anyway. So if you were
Yeah.
anybody named in that will, I don't. If they killed him, I don't think it was for financial reasons.
And I was just gonna kind of add on that, I know you want to go to Meeks just to confirm how he died.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like Cameron was saying, if it wasn't anyone close to him that
Mhm.
knew he was going to be dying soon, there's really no need to go to the medical examiner to confirm how he died. Just knowing that he died is enough. So all this is doing is like we're going to an additional clue just to confirm something when we should be just assuming, hey, all of these people close to him knew he was kind of getting there, so we just need to let nature take its course. And it seemed like most of these people were close enough to him that obviously they didn't want that to happen. So whoever did this probably didn't know he was as close to death as everyone else close to him thought.
Who hated Donald?
Hated Donald?
Yeah.
I don't think we know anybody that
Arnold.
did, but
Well,
they
Alfred and
reconciled.
him, but like for the past year they've been
that's
reconciling.
only assuming that. Yeah, it's only assuming that the 8 months of reconciliation is all fake.
But
It's
also,
like the-
here's another thing.
Is there-
Really quickly.
Yeah.
Sorry. Going back to this couldn't have been if this was someone who killed him because he didn't know how close to death he actually was, then my next question is how did they know that they can murder Arnold in a room that was already filled with weaponry?
So, well,
That does imply that they knew him.
here's something else
don't
that we're
think
not considering. We're saying like it's not for economic purposes because like let nature take its course, but he is currently in the process or was of maybe potentially changing this by maybe he was thinking about making Donald a bigger part of the will. So maybe somebody who's already getting a lot, say Roger, who might have been his share or something being reduced. And so in order to keep the status quo where it currently is,
Yeah.
he ends it right here and just says like, I'm going to keep control of this company and all the money and everything like that. You're not going to have time to change it.
Yeah,
I have to
if it-
100% agree.
if
Yeah.
it is a financial angle, I think it's probably something like that.
And,
I
and the
agree.
president would be the one who's going to get the company. Like the brother
Yes.
would want to do
No.
Yeah, Lester or
Not
the
Lester's
brother.
not getting a lot.
Nephew.
His nephew.
that. Oh,
Nephew,
Lester.
right?
Roger.
Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah. Because, I was thinking exactly when you said that, I was like, it has to be, if it is someone close to him, someone that knows, like, hey, Donald and him have been reconciling. Donald is close with his actual sister. Therefore, he might be getting a bigger cut the closer and closer he gets to Alfred.
Reconciling. Yeah.
Exactly.
Or should we
So
talk to
it's
Roger?
someone who knows that they've been getting closer recently, and now it actually gets back away from my theory of it wasn't someone who was close. Now it is someone who's close because of these reasons. So I do think going to the tea company is probably our best course of action.
I
kinda
agree
like
now.
that too. I have a question. It did
Yes.
say that Arnold writing a letter like that was like totally out of character, and he never
Yeah.
does stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
Because that's
they did
kind of
say
what
that.
that's kind of what I'm using to say I don't think it was like a suicide framing type deal.
Yeah.
Assuming I remember that correctly or understood it correctly,
You are
I
I don't
remembering that
really
correctly.
suspect that. I'm suspecting somebody from the business, most likely.
Business from the business.
The
From the
business.
family.
Yeah, either
'Cause also keep
family
in-
or business.
Really quickly,
It
remind me,
could
how
be a
did they?
non-family business associate?
So Donald said that the letter wasn't ended by Arthur. It was ended with Sipton, right? The last name.
Right.
Yeah, just the
Exactly.
last
Just the last name.
There are multiple
Yes.
Siptons, right? I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, there's only actually two
Yeah.
Siptons. There's Alfred and Cecilia. Everybody else is a Thompson.
Sure.
It sucks. He didn't
That's
tell
right.
us that. He didn't tell us if he recognized the handwriting or not.
Well,
No, he didn't.
wouldn't
Yeah.
recognize it if Alfred doesn't write letters. Like,
Yeah.
most
It just
of them
said-
probably already they probably use typewriters for most of their stuff, and then he only signs his signature on things.
But that would also be. Hold on. Here's another thing, though. Another reason why I should go to the company, if for whatever reason, someone said something, and we go there, right, and we look at the guy's letterhead or however the typewriter types things out, and all of the paper that they send letters and notes on ends with just Sipton.
oh, like it's like an email, like
Yeah, it's an automatic
letterhead.
signature from the time. Yeah.
automatic.
That's
yeah,
kinda what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
or
like-
like the person who signs
Yeah,
for
like
him.
his secretary
Yeah.
wrote the letter instead and just used his letterhead, but somebody else came in and used that letterhead to write the note himself or
Yeah.
herself.
All right,
like-
let's go to the tea company.
Do we
Yeah.
have any
Oh,
objections
sorry.
to going
Alfred's
to the business?
secretary is a he. It's Rufus Hofstetter.
Oh, okay. No, I do not object. I say we go
Are
to
there
the
any
company.
objections?
No, I think
No,
Tea
okay.
Company's next.
All right.
All right. So that is 39 East Central. Just change that color to black. All right. 39 EC. At the headquarters of Sipton Tea Company, reception room is draped in black crepe. And there we find ourselves whispering with one of the few attending employees. Could you tell us who was in charge? Asks Wiggins in a quiet and reverential voice. Why are you whispering? Speak louder. What do you want? Answers the employee whose deep voice astounds us. Mrs. Sipton asked us to investigate Sir Alfred's death. We weren't sure the offices would be open today. Good heavens, you're joking, right? The old man would turn in his grave if the great Sipton Empire stopped even for an hour. Are you in charge today? No, I am only a pen pusher. The boss, Thompson, will not come in today, and the office manager is at the Strand store. How did the employees react when they learned that Sipton had been murdered? Sipton wasn't much liked by his employees. He paid poorly, demanded a lot of work, and when the testament will be read, nobody will think of us. Employees. So to answer your question, not a tear was shed. I think Sipton's death will be of no consequence to us, for Thompson will continue running the company. Any rumor about a presumable murderer? No. I am certain that it had nothing to do with the company. Thompson is now the boss of the company. So if anyone wanted to behead the Sipton Teas company, it is Thompson who would have been the target. Thank you for your time. You are welcome. Oh, do you know Hofstetter? Sipton's secretary? Yes. If you see him, could you please ask him what I should do with the papers Sipton asked for? It took me hours to find them. They were misfiled. What did they contain? You said you were working for Mrs. Sipton? Yes. So I believe there's no harm in telling you that what I know. They're about the Sipton plantations in Ceylon, Ceylon.
Ceylon.
Yeah.
Okay. They're about the Sipton plantations in Ceylon. It's very
Sa-
odd. More than 40% of the tea was sold to U.S. purchasers, but there are no payment records. This has been going on for almost 2 years. If you see Hofstetter, ask him what I should do. I tried phoning the Sipton mansion, but the line was busy all day. Damn phones. Send a wire. Good idea. Thank you.
Okay. Well,
So it was
so
Thompson.
yeah, it was Thompson. Thompson's dealing under the table. Arthur finds out. Thompson then has him killed. Blames Donald.
So do we think it's not a will thing with Donald? It's not like, oh, Donald was going to get a bigger split. It's just
I
he's
think
an
that's
easy.
part of it. I think if he found out, he was definitely going to get written out of the will and was
Yeah.
going to go to
Okay,
top.
but primarily it's just like, oh, he's like a known associate of his that they've had like a troubled past. Like it's an easy.
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember much, but
Bless you.
I do remember, like, when the word plantation stuck out to me. Just, and I'm getting almost some flashbacks from 4 years ago.
Like in the newspapers or
No.
just now.
Just, I remember us. I'm starting to remember more about this case, and I'm trying not to remember about this case.
Forget.
So do we want to try and talk to Thompson then?
I think it's either. I remember back when I did a makeup case with Mark because I didn't play one of them with you guys, and it was like trying to track down one of the guys who was like just eating away a bunch of stuff, and it was like you could never find him in our what you got to, and Mark eventually told me like what you would if you eventually found him. It was like nothing. We finally have a new name that we are unsure about. It's Rufus Hofstetter. Which is Sir
He's a
Alfred's
secretary.
it's his
Secretary,
Sir
right?
Alfred's personal secretary. So if anybody's gonna fake a letter from him, it would be this guy.
Or he'd tell you that Thompson was doing some shady stuff. So maybe we talk to him and then we try
Like,
and solve it.
was like Alfred
Okay.
trying to usurp Thompson from the company? Who knows, or whatever. Like, not usurp.
So
but,
I
like,
guess
dispose.
okay. So now the question basically comes down to, because Hofstetter was the one asking for the records, right?
Yeah.
And they were misfiled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if Hofstetter was the one who intentionally misfiled the records, then why would he be asking for them, especially because he already knew where they were?
Yeah.
So
Right. Is he trying to cover something up, or is he trying to uncover something?
I think he's trying to uncover something. I think he is coming to the same
That's so
conclusions
cool.
that we are and that Arnold came to. So if we may need to try to save Hofstetter's life.
Well,
Yeah.
it didn't necessarily say that Hofstetter did the misfiling. It just said the files were misfiled themselves.
No.
Maybe-
But,
Right,
but
that's what he's saying.
my point is that Hofstetter asked for the files. If he knew where the files were, then he wouldn't need to ask for them. So clearly he didn't know where the files were, so he's not the one who misfiled them.
So I'm thinking
Sipton
Alfred,
asked for them.
Yeah, Sipton asked Hofstetter to
Oh.
get them from the company. So I'm wondering if Sipton was uncovering something shady going on in the company and didn't want it getting, and then whoever was doing it, he was like, "Oh, I don't want this getting out."
Well, absolutely. That's what we're coming down to. But I think we're having a miscommunication on whether we think it was Hofstetter or Thompson.
I think it was Thompson, but how many places have we been to?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So let's go talk to Hofstetter, and that'll put us at 5, which is probably the most we can go to. I don't know if we're gonna get anything by talking to Thompson. He's probably just gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I agree.
I don't. Well, it may be that we even try tracking him down. We have to go from place to place to place to even get to him.
Did they just say where he was in the last thing? or was that somebody else?
No, he was saying he wasn't
said
in.
Where Hofstetter is.
Just
Hofstetter
that he
was
wasn't there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thompson's not in, and Thompson's not coming in, is what they said.
I imagine
Yeah,
Hofstadter's back at the
I like
Carlton
talking
House
to
somewhere.
Hofstadter.
Watching
He
Dandy,
has an office.
is it
I
number
think
21
Hofstadter
directly
could
next to
establish-
the snooker room that the guy died? Oh.
18, which is the playroom, which is next to the other study.
Hofstadter could
Which
establish
other
motive
study?
for
Oh, okay.
Thompson.
Oh, the playroom over here. Okay. Which other study, Mark? There's only 3 other studies that we've found on 2 floors.
Mhm.
One of them.
Okay.
Wait, his
So
office
is this,
is the
we're going to go
playroom?
talk. That's what it says. Ground floor.
I
18.
don't really
Hofstadter.
like the Carlton House thing.
Yeah. Well, it's also going to be a thing that like goes to many other cases too. Like they're supposed to be connected.
So it's a haunted place, full of death and tragedy.
Right. So we are going to talk to.
Hofstadter.
All right. Change that to black. Oh, what the heck?
No love lost.
There we go. Okay.
Are you reading my stuff?
Oh.
That my notes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I
All
just
right,
typed that.
so-
How did you see?
You typed it wrong, you idiot.
Here is Hofstadter. So, ground floor, 18. I have been Sir Alfred's personal secretary for over 20 years. He was a severe, yet fair and understanding man who appreciated my loyalty to the Sipton Teas Company. Even when I found out that Sir Alfred was going to die, I could not believe that there would be no Sipton to take over. Mr. Thompson is a man of merit, but he is not a Sipton. Did you know why anybody might have wanted to kill Sir Alfred? Ah, I'm sorry, but as I said, I worked with Sir Alfred for over 20 years. It took him 15 years to create an empire from a grocery store and a capital of 100 pounds. The more successful one is, the more enemies one makes. The more successful one is, the more enemies one makes. But still, he was a sick man, and it is beyond my comprehension why someone would want to kill a dying man. Is there anything else you can tell us that would clarify this case? I don't believe so. My workload has considerably lightened up since Mr. Thompson took over the company's management.
Mhm.
Or should I say, since Sir Alfred finally handed over the reins to him? As Sir Alfred's health was considerably declining over the past few months, my duties mainly consisted of drafting letters and assisting him in settling his affairs. I was one of the few people who could read his handwriting since his illness. I was the only one who could read his handwriting since his illness, so he strongly relied on me. Sir Alfred was never satisfied. You thought that everything was solved. Then suddenly he went back to work on a file. Mr. Thompson, I think, is doing a good job at managing the company, and that was Sir Alfred's opinion as well. But the more the latter's health deteriorated, the more he became worried. Instead of trying to take advantage of the little time he had left, he was working harder. It was as if he wanted to leave everything perfect, which of course is impossible. But all his life had been devoted to work, to the company, and charity works. Yesterday was a perfect example of it. What do you mean? Well, he spent this past week examining accounting books, checking on my and everybody's work. He requested that I go to the headquarters and bring him back some documents and invoices. I don't know why. Something was bothering him deeply. What? I haven't the slightest clue. Sir Alfred was not in the habit of justifying himself. I always did as I was told. No questions asked. At his request, I scheduled an appointment for this morning with his solicitor, William Morris. And you don't know why? No, I don't. However, Morris was to bring Sir Alfred's will. Do you
Yep.
know why the police was called in? No, it surprised me greatly. Where were you last night? I dined with my friends at Carlton's. I came back here a little before 11. It was my first night out in weeks. Was Sir Alfred in the habit of working late at night in his study? Every evening, 6 days a week. He spent Sundays visiting the charity foundations that were of interest to him. Overall, he was a good man. He did not deserve finishing his life in such a way.
Thompson, you motherfucker.
Yep, 100%.
Mhm.
He's gonna cut him out of the will because he knew he was up to some fishy shit.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. And Thompson knew he was about to be discovered, so he had to blame it on somebody. He had to kill him, get rid of him, and blame it on Donald.
And
Yep.
he would
They gave
know
us
that he spends every night in that study.
And he knows
Right.
exactly what's in that
Absolutely.
study.
I like that they gave
Right.
us the red herring of he was out until just after the murder happened, but you can go check where he was, and also he could write for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the
Oh,
other
for
thing that
Hofstadter?
if we weren't sure that like maybe Sipton really did write that letter or whatever, it's like nobody could read his handwriting, and
Yeah.
Hofstadter would have mentioned that he asked for Donald to come out for that letter or
Yeah.
something. So like,
Mm-hmm.
just to be
Yeah.
clear about all that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. There we go. No, we have this case cracked wide open.
Or
So-
we thought.
Given that, do we go straight to the questions, or do
Yep,
we just go to places to confirm? I don't think that's
No.
necessary.
I don't think that's necessary. And I think it's going to cost us points.
Yeah. What is the point? Like, if we were to look into something like, for example, relating to the case Sherlock is on,
Every
For, like,
additional
bonus
clue
it's-
It's -5.
is minus
No,
5.
it's-
Yeah, every additional clue after Sherlock's is minus 5.
Mhm.
and how many do you get for bonus questions?
It ranges on the question.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And it
but if we
doesn't
were to
tell us
go
how
to
many
like,
places we can go to, right?
No, it doesn't tell us.
Like,
if
it'll
we
tell us at
think
the
there's
end.
going to be bonus questions about Sherlock's case, what do
It's-
we think the math makes sense to try and spend any points looking into that?
No, I think it's going to be the jewelry thing.
The thing from
Oh,
the
wait.
newspaper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I might be remembering something, as Matt said. Yeah. So never mind.
What do you?
I think I'm remembering the bonus part of the case where the guy that's shot in the head is the thief who stole the jewels, and the middleman killed him for the jewels and is trying to sell them or something like that.
I mean, we can easily use those as question or answers for if
Yeah.
there are bonus
These are
questions
crazy.
related to.
I don't remember
that.
a single thing about this shit.
I don't
Neither
know.
do I.
I can't. Okay, so I can't play those mysteries in a box things or whatever after the first time we do it, especially like when Lexi and I have done it, because we have one and we played it when we first started dating, and we brought it out again recently, and I remembered everything, including how to fold over a piece of paper because Lexi tore it accidentally trying to do this thing or whatever, and it's like I can't. It's been
Right.
4 years, and I.
It could also be because that memory was very important to you.
So,
Yeah.
before we get way too off track,
Mhm.
am I going to the questions or should we continue?
Now
I
we
think
need
we go to the
let's solve it.
questions.
I can
Yeah.
go to the questions because we have two people who remember everything anyway. So
I don't remember everything.
All right. So, am I good to start reading questions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right. So, I'm going to read the questions first. We can write down our answers, and then I'll go back, reread the questions, and then read what is on the
What Sherlock says.
Yeah.
answer. Yeah. And then I'll read Sherlock's synopsis. All right. So, question 1: Who killed Alfred Sipton?
Thompson.
Roger Thompson.
Perfect.
Roger Thompson. Yeah.
Why
Thompson,
was
sorry.
he killed?
Because he knew about his illegal dealings, or he was smuggling money from the company. How do we
No,
want
it
to word
was
that
something with the
exactly?
So
It's just-
it was something with the plantations that he was not he was not reporting the sales properly, saying that they were sending more to like America
Oh.
versus how much was
Oh,
sold
sorry,
here.
sorry.
and as a
Uh,
result, he's going to get cut out of the will.
Roger Thompson was embezzling.
So
from
either
the
way, he was.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So embezzling
Yeah.
company money.
Yeah, exactly.
Embezzlement. It was embezzlement.
Right. So, question 3. How can the Thompson children be of help in this case?
They can tell us where Daddy was the night of the murder.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Corroborate any alibi or
Yeah.
lack thereof.
Yeah.
All right, so
Wait.
here is the second series of questions.
Can give Daddy a alibi.
An alibi.
Or lack thereof.
Can confirm or deny. Daddy's alibi.
Okay.
All right, so here is the second set of questions.
Hyphenated. It's their hyphen of.
Oh my fucking god.
I like. No, it's hyphenated.
No, we're having a typo in it now.
I was gonna say I like that you keep going back to fix them.
Who killed Stephen Pigott?
The jewelry thief.
Dr. Jackson, the physician, the one who found it.
No. Are you
No.
going with Dr. Jackson, or were we going to go with Byron Anderson?
Where did
Byron Anderson.
Byron is
That's
the one who
the-
got arrested for the shoplifting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Wait, hon, where is his name in here?
Bottom right-hand corner of the newspaper. Miscellaneous news.
Oh yeah.
In tonight's miscellaneous news.
Mhm.
A murder.
All right. Question 2. What became of the murder weapon?
It was thrown into the Thames.
I was going to say Meeks has it.
No,
I
no,
don't
the
know.
murder weapon
No,
for
no.
the Pigott, or like the one who
Yeah,
just killed.
it was thrown in the Thames.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah.
Let's go with
That
that.
actually,
Throw it in
that
the-
actually sparked. I feel like I remember that.
Where's this coming from?
Throw in the Thames.
Wait, it's all coming back.
How do you know? The hand of God.
Intuition. You call it intuition.
Alrighty, and then question 6, or the third question of this series: why was Stephen Pigott killed?
Because he.
Refused to. He was asking too much money to fence the jewels.
Yeah.
He was a loose end.
Jewel-related greed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is the question. So this is
Asking
just
for
the answer sheet.
Too much. Knew too much. Something too much related to crime.
I think that's specific enough, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So question 1 was: who killed Alfred Sipton?
Roger Thompson.
What was our answer?
Roger
Correct.
Thompson.
50 points.
Heck yeah.
We did it.
Gryffindor, baby.
Question 2: why was he killed?
Roger Thompson was caught
Embezzling company
embezzling
money.
company money, and that was being discovered by Alfred Sipton.
Yeah.
Correct. 25 points.
Woo!
How can the Thompson children be of help in this case?
They
Alibi.
can corroborate his story or not.
Confirm or
Correct.
deny.
25 points.
Woo! What is the exact wording, if I may
Yeah, how
ask?
was that worded?
Yeah.
They saw their father leave the crime scene, which annihilates his alibi.
Oh
Ah.
shit!
That's-
They
Hey,
saw
you
it
were-
happen.
They didn't see it happen.
We
They
can
saw him
give
leaving.
an alibi, and instead completely destroys the alibi. I feel like that's almost the
We
opposite
said
of what we said.
alibi or lack thereof. That was covered.
Yeah.
So question 4: who killed Stephen Pigott?
The jewel thief, the name.
Brian, whatever his name is.
Byron. Hey Matt, what did you say
Dr.
the first time when I
Jackson.
asked that question? It is indeed Dr. Jackson.
Damn
Oh,
it.
shit.
Oh,
I should have trusted Matt on this one.
why?
He's the guy
Oh,
who
yeah.
found the body. Like, come on.
hmm Yeah, obvious.
We got the other one.
Are we giving ourselves any points on that?
No.
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 You
No, we
guys
got it wrong.
We are a team, and I was outvoted.
Question All right, then question 5. What became of the murder weapon?
Thrown into the
Throw into
Thames.
the
Throw to
Thames.
the Thames.
Jackson sent it to a non-existing address through the post from the crime premises.
How are we
How
supposed
the
to
fuck are we
know
supposed to get that?
Both of these would have been worth 20 points.
Mhm.
Jackson sent through
Question
the
6.
post.
Question 6. Why was Stephen Pigott killed?
So he could steal the jewels. The doctor could steal the jewels.
Dr. Jackson feared that Mr. Pigott unveiled that he had injected a too strong dosage to Mrs. Pigott.
Oh.
Oh, this. Okay, now that part sounds vaguely familiar.
Okay, so that's 50 extra points that we didn't get.
Oh well, fuck it,
Well,
whatever.
Probably
Hopefully, we
should have
went
spent
to
5
all, only
points
went to
to
enough places.
do some
Mhm.
investigation.
Alrighty. So, now it is time for the synopsis or the solution.
Before you give Sherlock's answer, I'm going to guess that Sherlock spoke to the secretary, spoke to the suspect, and spoke to
The kids.
and spoke to the kids. I think that was the only 3 people he
Well,
spoke to.
Hofstadter did not actually mention anything about the plantation. He just said something about the records. So like, I guess,
Oh, so 4.
well, he might have either gone to the company or just something like, I don't know exactly what was in the books, but it was something bad and could have done a 3.
Yeah,
but
and he probably went. There's no need to go to Hofstadter because he's been loyal to him for so long, or something like that.
So,
I'm saying 3 or 4.
do you want me to read the synopsis first or read the clues that he went to and then read the synopsis?
The second one.
Read the clues. Yeah, he went to first, then the synopsis.
Yeah.
I'm more curious
Okay.
about that.
Holmes solved this case by following 5 leads.
Ooh.
Hey!
The criminal court at Old Bailey,
Okay, that's where we went first.
Dr. Agger,
The coroner.
Coroner. Okay.
no, the coroner is,
Dr. Agger was the personal doctor.
yeah, that's his
Oh.
doctor. Jasper Meeks is the coroner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
Old
Sorry.
Bailey, Dr. Agger, Sir Sipton's study, not to be
Okay.
confused with the study room,
So he went to the scene of the crime.
Mm-hmm.
the Sipton Teas Company,
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and the nursery.
For the kids.
The kiddos.
All right.
I'd be curious. We went to 3 of these. I'd be curious
3
to
of those
hear
5.
what Dr. Agger and the nursery had to say.
So we know
I'll
what the
read the-
nursery had
He's
to
gonna
say.
tell us.
Well, I'll read the solution, and then I can always go back to those 2 specific clues.
Yeah.
All right. Watson pours a cup of tea, Sipton tea, mind you, to Mrs. Sipton, who just joined us at the table of 221B Baker Street. I came as soon as I received the wire, Dr. Watson. What did you find out? Must be Holmes who sent it. I don't know anything. I haven't heard from Holmes since he left this morning. Watson stops as he hears footsteps coming up the stairs. It must be him. The door opens, but it isn't Holmes' eagle-like profile that we see, but Lestrade's rat face. A Lestrade looking disturbed. Where is Holmes? Shouts Lestrade as he waves a wire. What does he mean, I am going to solve the case of Sir Alfred's death? If you'd care to come in, Lestrade, I shall be pleased to explain everything to you, says Holmes' familiar voice from the lobby. Lestrade enters, immediately followed by the detective. Sit down, Inspector, please, and have a cup of tea. I will answer your questions when time comes. Holmes gets rid of his coat and hat and hang them on a wall hook. We observe him as he goes towards the fireplace. He takes his pipe. He fiddles with it for a few minutes, and then puts it back on the rack. Instead, he prefers to light a cigarette. Come on, Holmes. Don't make us wait any longer, says Watson, after Holmes took a voluptuous first puff of his Bradley. What is all this mumbo-jumbo about Sir Alfred's death? Obviously, Stillwater is the murder, bursts out Lestrade. I must acknowledge, Inspector, and after speaking with Stillwater, that the physical evidence designates Stillwater as the only possible murderer if we exclude, of course, Sir Sipton. Sir Alfred, are you out of your mind, Holmes? Replies Lestrade. Not at all, Inspector. It was logic, based on known facts, that brought me to that conclusion. If we admit that Sir Alfred and Stillwater were, beyond a doubt, alone in the room, to which Stillwater himself seems to agree, we are left with very few suspects, aren't we, Inspector? One is enough, states Lestrade. Yet we must hope that he is guilty. This case raised several important questions which had to be answered. First, why would anyone want to kill a dying man? I only see two explanations. Either Sir Alfred knew something that could harm the murderer if that something was revealed, or because the murderer hated Sir Sipton so much that murdering him was in itself what mattered. But was Sir Sipton in such critical health condition? As it was important to know the real condition of Sir Sipton, I went to see the physician. Dr. Agger confirmed that Sir Sipton's condition was such that he only had a short time to live, a few days, a few weeks at the most. So the question remained, why kill a man who was going to die? However, I obtained an information that completely altered the equation. Sir Alfred was physically impaired due to a surgery he underwent 8 years ago, and could no longer scream. Did you know that, Mrs. Sipton?
Oh.
No, I don't ever think I did. I knew about the surgery, but I didn't know my husband was incapable of screaming. I never heard him yell, but he had been able to. Alfred would never have raised his voice. But had he been able to, Alfred would never have raised his voice. From that moment, the case changed its course and had to be approached differently, continues Holmes. Because Sir Alfred cried out, we must conclude that another person was present. But Stillwater himself stated that Sir Alfred screamed, says thoughtfully Lestrade. I think that's what Stillwater believes. Think about what went on, Lestrade. Stillwater comes into a dark room. He is apprehensive and does not know what will become of him. He expects to find Sir Alfred alone, but instead he hears a scream and finds Sir Alfred's body. As no one else was in the room, it was logical for him to conclude, as did the police, that it was Sir Alfred who screamed. Let's have a look at the ground floor plan. If you look at Sir Sipton's study, you'll see that the fireplace is next to the door of Sir Alfred's office.
You put the flip it. You have the fireplace on the right wall. It's on the left wall.
On the left wall. Boom. There we go. You'll see that the fireplace is next to the door of Sir Alfred's office. For argument's sake, let's say that someone killed Sir Alfred before Stillwater's arrival and stood behind that door, leaving it ajar, and then screamed. I trust that under such circumstances, one could have believed that the voice belonged to Sir Alfred. We know that one of the constables ran for the porch door and saw no one. Had the door leading to the living room been checked, it would have been noticed that it was locked from the inside of the study. The murderer left easily Sir Alfred's office, going through the sitting room, continuing through the children's bedchamber, and finally exiting through the French door once the way was cleared. When you spoke with Alfred, the eldest of the children, you learned that he couldn't fall asleep, and that he saw his father come in the bedchamber after hearing someone scream. Inspector, if you check with Hofstetter and the Sipton Company, I trust you will find enough evidence demonstrating that Roger Thompson was embezzling the Sipton Company's funds. He set Stillwater up, hoping, I think, to throw suspicion onto Mrs. Sipton. How did he know he had been uncovered? Asks Wiggins. Roger heard it from his mother. Sir Alfred had probably spoken with her about it. She, in turn, spoke with her son, hoping that they would reconcile, but instead, murder was committed.
Yeah, there we go. Interesting that Holmes had to confirm that the dying man was in fact dying.
Right.
He went to the doctor, tried to see like maybe how long it was or something like that. Like what was the time frame?
Even if it wasn't a couple days or a couple weeks, I don't see how someone didn't have the patience for years. So
it seems like it was an accidental find from him.
yeah.
So
Big find was
before
that he couldn't scream.
Yeah, but then again, he didn't go there knowing that that was the piece of information he needed. He went there asking, "Hey, is he really gonna die?"
Yeah, he accidentally stumbled on the critical information.
Yeah. Well, the critical information that let you know that there was a third person in that room.
I think we did better than Sherlock.
Yeah.
The will thing honestly kind of actually saved us a little bit, because that gave us the like, well, okay, we're saying that somebody wants to be written into the will, but what if they don't want to be written out?
Right.
Which
Yeah.
put us down that path, even though it may not have been it. Like, it could have just been like, yep, he's going to uncover this and get it out there. Like, we just use the names in the will to give us the other suspect being Roger. Whereas,
But that's fair.
Whereas
but
going
quite-
to the Sipton Tea Company would have also given us Roger for like, hey, something else is going on here, and also this is the guy that's running everything now. Like,
Yeah, but he did go to the will first as well.
no, he went to the suspect.
He went to the suspect first.
He went to the
the
suspect.
first
He didn't
thing
go
he
to
did.
the
and then the
he didn't go to the will
doctor-
at all.
Yeah, he went suspect,
Oh, I
doctor,
think
scene of the
that's-
crime, Sipton Tea Company, and nursery, which I find funny. He left the house, went to the company, and came back just to talk to the kids, even though he could have talked to the kids and then gone to the company.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Whereas we went
Yeah.
Somerset House, scene of the crime, suspect at Old Bailey Tea Company, and back to the house to talk to the secretary.
I think what we could have done is we could have investigated the scene of the crime.
Which we were thinking of doing.
maybe the will wasn't necessary, even though it did give us names, but we could have come to those names if we had somehow found a way to talk to Hofstetter and the company. Because when you
Yeah.
talk to Hofstetter, Hofstetter says someone was going to be written out of the will.
I mean,
So we
two
didn't
other-
even know about the will.
Two other things, though, is like looking at the staff directory picture that Mark gave us in the thing is where I came up with like, oh, Roger, that's not the brother-in-law. That's actually his nephew, who's currently president already of the tea company. And then
Right.
Hofstetter, that's his personal secretary and all that stuff. So it's like we did have some other information that like, here's our list of potential people in the household that would have had it too, that we got from a will. So it could have been like, hey, normally we don't have this stuff because all the other ones except for this one haven't had this extra bit of information. So
Or maybe the will was just important to make sure that there was no obvious snub.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
So before I hop off, because I don't have too much time, shall I read the other two clues that Sherlock went to that we did not?
Yeah, the personal
Yeah.
doctor and the nursery.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, Dr. Agger, 93NW. Yes, I was Sir Alfred's physician, says Dr. Agger, as we are settling into his huge office. I have been providing care for the Sipton family for over 15 years. Can you tell us anything about the events of last night? I was called in after the murder, so I can't tell you anything about the antecedent events. I examined the body, but again, you will find the significant information in the report. I went to St. Bart's to discuss with Sir Jasper. Again, nothing was out of the ordinary. But it struck me odd that Sir Alfred cried out for help. What's odd about it? Sir Alfred would not have screamed. Surely when his life was... No, what I am trying to say is that he had a physical impairment. 8 years ago, I had to surgically remove a small tumor from Sir Alfred's larynx. I was happy to note that he had not lost his speech ability. His voice was a little raspy, but still, he could talk normally. However, he was no longer able to scream. Did you mention this fact to the police? No, I didn't think it was important. Was it? I'm not sure, but perhaps it was, Miss Wiggins. Would you happen to know who might have wanted to kill Sir Alfred? After spending all these years with the household, you got to know him and his family pretty well? Would you happen to know who wanted to kill Sir Alfred? After spending all these years in family and the household, you got to know him and his family pretty well. That is quite correct. I know them well, despite the fact that the family is rather peculiar. I cannot imagine any of them murdering him. I can't believe it. Sir Alfred's time was running out. The whole family knew that, including himself. How is his family coping with his death? Badly, mostly his sister. I had to prescribe her strong sedatives. She seems to be on the verge of a nervous breakdown. One can be in anticipation of death, but it is always rather difficult for the ones who remain. Even though Sir Alfred's life expectation was short, he was murdered, and a murder is always quite distressing for the close ones. Alrighty, and then this is the nursery, so ground floor 15. We find Mrs. Del Olio in the nursery with the Thompson boys, Alfred and Roger. Miss Del Olio is seated, The Ring in the Book by Robert Browning on her lap. She does not look at the book, nor at the children, but stares at the ceiling. She does not notice our entrance, neither do the children. They are busy playing with their cube toys. One of them piles them up, while the other one happily knocks them over. They seem both very happy with the arrangement. Miss Del Olio, could we speak with you? At Wiggins' question, Miss Del Olio stands up. She seems surprised. The children didn't notice us. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you come in. What can I do for you? Mrs. Sipton had asked us to investigate Mr. Sipton's murder. May we ask you a few questions? Alfred looks up for the first time and focuses all his attention on us. Roger takes this opportunity to raise his construction, now that his brother had stopped demolishing it. Yes, of course. Have you seen or heard anything last night that could shed some light on this tragic event? No, I can't say that I have. I put the children to bed around 8:30, then went to my room. I was reading in bed when all I heard was this commotion. I went downstairs and was told what happened. Then I went to check on the children. Alfred was still awake and asked me questions. Her mother came in and told him. Whatever. We stayed in the bedchamber until he fell asleep. Alfred, who got closer to Miss Del Olio, sits on her lap. Did you know Granduncle? He asks. No. He went on a trip. He went to heaven because he was old. Please, Alfred, go play with your brother, Miss Del Olio puts Alfred down. He now goes to Wiggins. Are you old? Alfred asks Wiggins. Not too old. Tell me, my boy, did you hear or see anything last night? I heard God call Granduncle. Alfred, please don't say such things, steps in Miss Del Olio. It's true. Dad told me. When? This morning. What did you hear? Last night I heard someone scream, and I got very frightened. Then Dad came in. He gave me a kiss and told me to go to sleep. He said I was dreaming. I told him that it's impossible to dream without being asleep. After that, Dad left, and Nanny came in. She said that we can dream when we are awake, and that we can have beautiful dreams, but I do not think this was a beautiful dream. This morning, when I went to watch Dad shave, he said that maybe I heard God call Granduncle. Children have such an imagination. Now off you go, Alfred. Go play with your brother. Have you seen Mr. Thompson last night? Asks Wiggins. No. He was out last night. Oh. He checked on the children around 10:30 p.m. and asked if they were okay. They were sleeping. I spent the rest of the night in their room in case they would wake up. Alfred stands again next to his brother, who has built a structure with the cube toys nearing a height of 3 feet. The structure falls on Roger when Alfred knocks it over. Miss Del Olio jumps to her feet and rushes to comfort the crying Roger as we take our leave.
Lol.
So Alfred is pretty articulate for a 6-year-old.
Seriously, though.
Hell
He's
yeah,
British.
brother.
Indeed. They are British.
The excuse for everything is, well, they're British.
They are British.
Well, good shit.
Good shit.
Got a
Excellent.
perfect score.
Woo!
And
Perfect score,
we
Bonnie.
got a perfect score and nothing else.
Yeah, we almost got extra points.
Oh well.
Yeah, and like we're obviously like, wait, I think I remember this. Wait, I think you remember this. Nope.
Wrong. Remembering something else, possibly.
Hi, I remembered stuff. I was right.
Yeah, but he's British. That's fine.
Okay, Mark, it's 9:30 there. How is it so bright coming out of that window behind you? It's been bright the entire time. Or is that just a light that's
It's
on?
not a window. That's
It's a light.
Okay, it's just been so bright the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how lights work.
That picture
Thank you.
frame does kind of look like a window. I can see where you're
Here
coming from.
you go. Here you go, Matt. Ah, it's so bright in my room. It must be daytime.
Oh my
Well,
God,
okay,
guys! the
when we
sun's
first
coming
got
out.
on,
Wow, look at that.
It wasn't exactly the sun wasn't exactly down here yet. Might have been. I don't know. I didn't look outside, so I didn't know if that was a window or not. Because you guys are 2 hours behind me. Cameron's just hiding in shadow the entire time.
Yeah, it's not great lighting in here.
And
Matt,
Joe's
you're
gone.
living
I
in
was
the
actually
future.
my camera's already makes it a little bright, so makes sense. Yes. I don't know if she's sleeping there.
All right, gentlemen. I need to take the dog out. She's whining at the door. This has been great
Yeah.
fun. I look
I'm
forward to
gonna
the
have
next
to
one.
in a minute.
All right. So
Wait,
the
Joe,
next
before you
one-
hop off,
Yeah, let's
can I
go.
read
Yeah.
you one more thing?
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Alan from my
Recap.
spin class bought a
You were
rice
crashed
cooker.
into by a human chasing down a couple of people who managed to escape. After Fen got up and proceeded to start interrogating, you thought it for the best to proceed into a nearby pub to get away from prying ears and eyes. After being seated and finally able to start talking, you learn that the person who ran into you is named Rupert. He let you know that he had been following the Silver Serpents through larger towns surrounding the green fields and eventually led him here. He told you
Rupert
that
Ragu.
they usually strike at night and get in and out with very little commotion, but if pushed to violence, they are very deadly. Fen seemed a little skeptical trusting someone so soon after the loss of his comrade so recently, but Longo persuaded him into at least teaming up for the time being and to at least follow through with their investigation, as Rupert was the best lead they had. After further discussion, you hatched a plan to try and set up an ambush against them by setting up a local shop as bait and proceeded to leave. Upon leaving, there was a warning. There was a warning that permeated through the streets, warning of a curfew, and for everyone to head back inside. You proceeded to head towards where Rupert was staying to find a business, and instead of ambushing them, the tables were turned. After a back and forth through the streets, you managed to take two of them before the rest proceeded to flee out of the gates and then hop in a wagon. God damn, I suck at rating.
That's a nice way of putting that I fucked things up.
This
as my
is
new character.
pre-chat
Also true.
GPT,
say,
writing
this is
here.
With the enemies gone,
Yes.
you rummaged through a pocket to find a note that none of you could understand. Rupert ended up being caught in a lie after abandoning Fen, to where Fen's distrust grew even further. This caused Rupert to head back to the inn on his own, and the three of you headed to the same one and got treated to one of the suites for dealing with the Silver Serpents.
Has Leah left the party at this point?
That's in the
Yes,
DM.
yes,
That's
he
in the
has.
public notes. Leah left the party. Longo set a child on fire. Fen went down. Gronk shit on someone's property. Trebek died and lost his pamphlets.
wait. Okay, I
Pamphlets.
have a quick question. I have no memory of any of this. So, is
I
this
do.
stuff that happened when I wasn't present, or
Nope,
You
that
were
was our last
certainly.
It was our last session.
Remember, Alex's new character got one session, and then we just never played
Yeah.
again.
And he was not nearly fleshed out enough. And I tried a deception check. I think these people
No, they're-
pull off something radiant.
So yeah, Joe, this was when I wrote this. This session you were a part of. The session
Okay.
after this, you were gone, and that's when they finally arrived in Baldur's Gate. That is where we left
Oh.
off. Is you guys arrived in Baldur's Gate, and that is it.
okay? Because I have no memory of any of that, like none.
It's
Zilch.
for the best. That's for the best.
Like maybe I remember meeting Rupert and being like, fucking new guy, but I have no memory of being chased through the streets and having a fight.
I
That's
remember
because we came up to them and I tried to handle it and did not handle it.
didn't
You did
Rupert
not.
have like a pet or something? What was your thing?
He's a Drake. He's a Drake Warden.
Yeah, he's got a pet dragon.
Some broken,
Well,
extra.
Not
We paid extra to
technically a
have this.
dragon.
Not
The
anymore.
other thing is, our next Sherlock case, February 18th, the third Wednesday of the month.
Works for
We'll
me.
be there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's either the 25th. I just want to confirm that we're doing it like the 18th was
18th.
if we're keeping on this schedule.
Yeah,
18
18 works for me.
sounds good.
Just,
Yep.
Let's just reconfirm in like 3 weeks.
Got it. On the
Yeah.
11th, we'll reconfirm, and then
Mhm.
we'll send out like daily reminders after that. And Mark will get on at 6:30 again, not 6 o'clock like you were thinking.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's what I had initially said,
It
and then when
was.
someone said
Yeah.
6:30. Okay.
Because it bounced from 6:30. It bounced at 6 to 7 to 6:30.
Gotcha.
6
Yeah,
will not
it
work for
bounced.
me. 'cause
6,
I got
7, right between the two.
I
Oh,
fucking
I
hate
hate
you.
you.
If I'm on that note, I am
I'm
leaving.
out of here. You fucking
And on that bombshell,
Y'all
thanks
have
for
a good
being
night.
thanks for being British, guys. I appreciate it.
you're welcome.
It was
Okay,
my
love you, bye.
pleasure, Governor. You
I
have
love
yourself
you,
a good
boy.
night.
Beans and toast.
Boy.
All right.